Over to John Hine, who hosts something called the Wrap-Up Show every day at 11 o'clock. You can hear those kind of arguments on the Wrap-Up Show. I was listening to one between Jason and Sal, the stockbroker.
Yeah, it got ugly a little bit.
It really got ugly.
Yeah, it did.
Gary said it was so uncomfortable Thursday on the Wrap-Up Show that Gary wanted to get up and leave during their fight.
Sure. Bad.
You want to hear a little clip?
Sure.
All right, this is from Thursday's Wrap-Up Show. This is Jason, who, of course, is... What page is that, by the way, Gary?
It should be Gary, page 2, all in the right-hand corner in orange.
Gary, page 2. This is the wrap-up show when Sal and Jason start arguing. They're arguing about that, Sal felt badly that a lot of his selections for the Baba Booey song parody contest were ignored. Mm-hmm. And he didn't like the fact that Jason was the sole arbiter of good taste.
Well, of his selections.
That's right.
John, you could back me up on some exact quotes we all heard from Sal in the office. I cannot believe that everything Richard and I approved didn't make it to the contest.
I never said that.
John, did you hear that?
I don't remember him saying that, but I believe you if you say it's true.
Who would believe you?
And when he came in...
Jason, who would believe you? You're just you're a selfish air whore weasel who will say anything for attention because you can't stand on anything creatively on your own to get by. So therefore, this is your niche. Your niche is to make up shit, to inflame shit, to exaggerate shit, because that is your only way that you will receive attention. You don't receive attention from creative stuff. You don't receive attention.
That's not true.
Oh, well, Gary, stop backing him up for one fucking second. Get your fucking fat lips out of his fat ass and let me finish.
Hold on.
Where are your bits? Where are your pranks? Where are your songs? Where is your contributions in that sense?
That's not how he contributes.
Okay, but all he
does...
You're wrong. He stretches the truth. He does it to the pace. You lied about Richard Christie talking about Artie behind Artie's back. You fucking created one of the biggest turmoils in the show because you stretched it out tremendously. You also get under DePace's skin deliberately. You just made up a quote where you asked John Hine to back you up that he said he never heard.
You said it.
That's what you do.
No.
That's what you do.
First of all,
and I have no problem with you listening to my shit. I said I just thought it would be good if five heads did it. That's a compliment to you, Gary.
No,
that's a compliment to Ben. Don't make assumptions because you don't know what's in my fucking head.
And you don't know what's in my fucking head. Why don't you shut up for a second?
There's nothing in your head. I know what's in there. Absolutely nothing.
Mayonnaise is in my head.
Except for ways you just deliberate this bullshit to piss people off.
First of all, if anyone's alive,
and I don't care. I don't care about this process. I don't care.
No one cares what you care about or don't care about.
I did my job.
You fucking freak.
You keep asking me over and over again.
You're such a loser, dude.
Would you like to not be included in the next process? Would that
I would love to be. I was proud to be part of it. That's not the issue.
Well, it seems like it's...
Dude, Mike Morse, I put through songs great from him. Joey Pajamas, Poland Joe, Stephen Smith. For the past 2.5 years, I listen to every Bowie song that comes emailed to me. I love them. I put them up. I'm proud of these contributions.
Right.
So what's the problem? All of a sudden now,
you have the problem.
The problem is I have...
you have a fucking problem. Don't ask me what the fucking problem is when you have a problem.
The problem is I have a beef.
Tell me what the problem is.
I have a beef with one guy listening to the
because you don't respect him.
Wow. Then it got worse. Then they got into the name calling.
Oh, you mean they went on from there?
Oh, yeah.
For you to sit here and call me an air whore, where you are on the air, you put your whole life on the air. We find out, you tell us how your wife's cheating on your ass on the air. I mean, you're on the air every 10 seconds. Yeah, why not? You call me a fat fucking loser, so I'll go wherever I want to go with you.
But the thing
your
is
wife cheats on you.
So where you
I just want to throw that out
and
there.
your mother hates your guts because she's realized that the pile of shit that shot out of her uterus is completely useless.
I wonder how many blowjobs you give on the back of that bus.
And that's why you're on so much medication, because your mother hates your guts. You realize that she realizes that you should have been an abortion.
I bet
but
Christine
instead you're a
left
big
the guy.
blobby pile of fucking
right
shit.
inside her.
You're like a fucking.
There's no pouch holding for Christine's man.
You're nothing more than a pile of chopped meat.
At least I'm banging my chick, and she's not banging anyone else.
Chick. You said you preferred jerking off to fucking her.
So no one else is fucking about me.
You're a fucking closet homo. That's probably why.
Oh, please,
Howard. In the next clip, which is important, this is the one that really made me feel really uncomfortable because it went from.
You weren't uncomfortable with that?
No, but it went
I'm uncomfortable now.
And Sal got so mad. You can hear he's off mic at the end of this. He looks at Jason and his face turns red like the thermometer. And he takes his headphones and he fucking hurls them and he goes "fuck you" and he runs out of the building.
Gary, where's all this animosity between these two?
I don't know. It's
I don't have
new.
it.
I love Sal.
I do too, and I like this.
Not anymore.
Oh, please!
You guys both say you love each other.
I do. I still don't have a beef with Jason. I really don't. I don't.
Well, I now officially have a beef with you because you can't treat me like an asshole on the air. I didn't treat you like an asshole. You treat me like an asshole on the air, and then we walk outside the studio and you go, I love you. I'm just.
And you do the same thing.
You just sat
and I said it right now on the air that I still love
shit
you
about me without me saying a word about you. You just said
they
horrible
keep
shit
saying
about me.
because Gary made an assumption that it was
No,
you.
no, no. I'm
You
talking
who was
about me and
filtering.
you. I'm
Yeah,
talking about me
but
and
I'm
you.
telling you where they came. They came to me and they said,
No.
it's the issue with Jason. I said, it's not with Jason. I keep saying it over and
Then
over
why
and
did
over.
you go on a diatribe about how I'm an uncreative, lazy asshole?
Right, and
Because you were
insinuated-
jabbing me.
No, I wasn't.
Yes,
I didn't
you
say a goddamn
were.
word
Yes,
about
you were.
No,
They
I
just-
didn't.
Jason.
No, you know what, Sal?
They just
Fuck
kept going
off.
with it.
You're a lying, two-faced
All right,
piece of
fine.
shit who acts like my best friend out in the hall. And acts like
Believe
an
me,
asshole
I
in
don't
here.
act like your best friend. I'm an acquaintance next to you, and I have to say hello.
okay.
I'm far from your best friend.
No
You
shit.
have no best friends. You have no friends, period. You're useless. I wish your mother would have aborted you. I'm sorry, Mrs. Kaplan. If I was
wonder
the
how many
doctor, I would have taken those forceps
all right.
and crushed your fucking head
wonder how
and then
many-
high-fived your
I wonder
mother.
how many abortions Christina to get from her emotional friend. I can't go home pregnant. I can't.
And with that, we'll wrap up the wrap-up show where everyone respects one another. Gary, anything you'd like to plug?
Brutal kid.
Yeah, I'd like to plug that. I don't want to be here right now.
Benji.
I just want to again say if she did cheat, which we don't know if she did, I'm sure she was a condom. There was no abortion.
Sal, where can people catch your...
You can catch me at fucking Jason's house with a fucking machine gun.
Ah, you're kidding there.
you
Come
can
on,
catch-
Sal. Any appearances? Seriously.
No. Chambersburg, the 25th.
Try to appear composed.
You
Jace?
can catch me online, Waiting to Fuck Christine.
All right.
And Superfan Roundtable tonight
Enough
at
of
7
that
o'clock.
shit. I'm not fucking
Well,
kidding around.
keep doing it
No.
with my mom, you asshole.
Well, you're the one who keeps doing my wife.
Well,
Enough
keep
of that.
doing it. I'm not telling you
All
enough.
right, you want to keep doing it? I'll keep doing it.
Go ahead.
You're a fucking douchebag.
Fuck you, asshole.
And thank you for listening to the wrap-up show on Howard 100 and Howard 101. Easy, guys.
Howard, I want to point out the only reason why we ended it is we have no control over it. The next commercial comes in, and we'd have kept going.
You know, it's good the commercial came.
Wow, because they would have killed each other.
Yeah.
So Sal ran out of the building. I got back to my desk, and I was so worried about him. I heard he was out of his mind. So I called him, and it turned out he'd come back up. And I went and sat down and talked to him for a while. He was like shaking. You know, just
Well, he starts. First of all, if you listen to that tape, Jason said nothing about him, nothing derogatory whatsoever.
see, Sal thinks that we
Then
all protect
Sal-
Jason, and then we're against
No,
him.
no, no. Listen to the tape 100 times, and then Sal starts in with these horrible. He didn't say one negative thing about you.
Start it up again, my friend. It starts with him putting a jab against my wife. He made.
No.
Yes.
Listen again.
No,
Sal, you're crazy.
The first
Sal,
statement
you
was
start talking
No,
about that
the
he's a
first-
fat blob who doesn't have any creativity.
But Howard, the first statement below the belt.
No,
Putting
no, no.
aside
below
work.
the belt. No,
He
no,
went
no.
to the wife.
Sal,
Blob with
wrong.
no creativity
The
is not
first
below the
statement, you attacked what the guy does for a living, that he has no creativity, doesn't contribute, and you expect him then to suddenly just take your shit.
No.
Dude, you
Before
started
that-
a war. You got to accept it.
I'm fully accepting it. But
No,
the thing
you're
is,
not. You get very
before that-
upset afterwards.
Before that, he said my contributions were worthless. And by the way, there
No,
are
he didn't.
there are a
I
few of my
didn't hear that.
contributions on that page.
I didn't
I'm not
hear
saying
that.
it yet. I'm waiting till when the winner's announced. And then when we were sticking on the topic about creativity, which I was fine with, he
No,
went below the
you-
belt and went to the
Sal,
wife. And
go
then
back
I
and listen.
retaliated.
Sal, listen to me. I'm going to
All
finish
right.
this conversation.
The first comment below the belt,
Sal,
boss,
you
was
started in attacking his contribution to the show, and you opened up a can of worms. You called
That's
him
fine.
worthless. You call him shit. Then you know what it is? Then anything flies after
That's
that.
fine. But I was staying on topic.
And then you said
That's what I'm telling
And
you.
then you started in with his mother.
No, after he
and
brought
you
up the wife, I brought in the mother.
Okay, but
I
you
stayed tit for
started
tat
it-
with him.
You guys were discussing the process, and then you shit all over Jason. You did.
No, we were talking about the process.
But I'm not.
They were
I'm
breaking-
saying that's fine. You want to shit on Jason though, but
I
you
could
got to
t-
expect the guy to come back.
and I respect him for doing what he did. I know he had to go where he had to go, but I didn't start. I'm not the one who
started
veered off
the
topic.
whole thing.
I'm not the one
You
who
did. You attacked him personally.
Okay.
When you
All
were
right.
talking about something professionally.
He attacked me personally after we talked about something professionally.
No.
Yes, we were
You
talking.
said, here, I'll play it again.
No, you don't have to. Don't.
Here it is.
Listen-
Because the facts are the facts, Jack.
Who takes the first jab?
Here we go.
Who takes
You.
the first personal jab?
You. Here it is.
No, I don't.
John, you could back me up on some exact quotes we all heard from Sal in the office. I cannot believe that everything Richard and I approved didn't make it to the contest.
I never said that.
John, did you hear that?
I don't remember him saying that, but I believe you if you say it.
Who
And
typical?
this is all fine. This is fine.
Lie number
And when
one.
he came in,
Jason, who
and
would believe you? You're just a fucking. You're a selfish air whore weasel.
That's
There
it.
you go.
Gloves
Okay, that's
off.
truthful.
That's
truthful.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
You're
but
calling him a selfish air whore weasel.
But I'm staying within I'm staying within the confines of the conversation.
Oh no, you're not. You're off base.
I know-
You're attacking him personally.
in the confines of the conversation.
I know somebody who's suffering the wages right now of putting down somebody else not
Wow.
affiliated to the
But
show.
you did it.
So
But
yeah,
you did it. So that's it.
You know, think
Stop
about
complaining.
it. I'm not complaining
Yes,
at all.
you were.
You said that I
know
started
everything
it.
that goes on back
See,
in the
dude, you're
office.
saying I started it because you want to get under my skin
No,
too.
you started it. That's
You
it.
don't think
I'm
that's
listening
the
to the
start
tape.
right there?
Jason didn't start it. You started in with him. You called him a selfish air whore weasel. Up until then, the conversation was perfectly legitimate.
No,
you
before
were
that-
talking about a work consideration. You were talking about how the system is. Whatever it is, that's fine. Then you ratcheted it up a notch to call him personal attack names, and you stepped over the line.
I accept that.
That's it.
How would you feel if I quoted you with a lie? Would you be angry? He quoted me with a lie that John Hines said he didn't hear.
All I know
And
is
therefore-
he said something that he heard. You could have said to him, that's not truthful. I never said it. But then you said you're a selfish air whore weasel.
Because he lied.
Once
He
you
lied
go
about
there-
what I said. It wasn't true, so therefore I was
say
angry.
he lied,
address
but you
the
don't have to
lie.
sit there and call him on a personal attack. You're personally attacking the guy.
I know I'm personally attacking, and like I said, I understand where he went, but I'm saying I didn't go to a
and
personal
here's a note.
area.
Sal reportedly cried after Jason yelled at him, and that's a fact.
Really?
That someone wrote it right
I
here.
didn't. Jason got the best of me, and I applaud him for it. He definitely shook my foundation. So,
Oh, jeez.
But the thing is that, again, I was trying to stay within the vicinity of the conversation. The first attack to me that I took
But I'm
personal was a
telling you
lie. That couldn't
you
be backed
bring
up
this-
by John
You bring
Hines.
this on yourself,
And that's
by
fine.
starting with personal attacks.
Yeah, but the first words out of your mouth is, I know you're going to go
I
for me.
know.
I know it. And that's always the case. I'm always the whipping boy.
No.
You're always going to go there with me.
Sal, I
You
didn't hear the
always
go-
have to
Sal, this is
accentuate
the-
anything involved with me to make sure that I'm
Sal,
on the ground and you're
Sal,
fucking stomping on me with
Sal,
your boots.
I heard the tapes for the first time just now.
Could
After
it be
hearing
that
them,
he's trying to point out to you how you get yourself into these things?
I'm trying to tell you something.
I'm
about
not trying to
your
get myself
personality.
out. I'm just saying that no matter
Sal.
I think you're biased.
This isn't a question of bias. The first attack came from you on those tapes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. You see it one way, I see it another.
There's nothing to
that's fine.
see. Either you attack or you don't attack first.
Are you saying there was
Whoever
something
shot the gun
before
first.
this?
You
What's that?
You took the first shot.
Well, no, there was. Robin brings up a good point as well. This is a continuing conversation that we've had for 2 days as well.
Okay.
And
All right.
with
all I know is on that hour, you took the
Right.
first shot. You went somewhere where you shouldn't have gone.
no, I had no
and it's
problem
fine
going
that you.
there.
All right, but then don't cry afterwards.
I'm not crying. I'm telling you that you said I started it.
You did.
I didn't start it on a personal level.
Yes,
I might
you
have
started it on. I'll play it
Okay.
again.
Oh, no,
Now
no,
listen
don't
to
play
the-
it again.
Why? Why don't you want to hear this? Listen.
There's no need. This is precious time.
Precious.
I cannot
Robin's
believe
gotta
that
get to the
everything
news.
Richard and I approved didn't make it to the contest.
I never said that.
John, did you hear that?
I don't remember him saying that, but I believe you if you say
Who
it's
would
true.
believe
And when
you?
he came in,
Jason, who
and
would
who-
believe you? You're just you're a selfish air whore weasel who will say anything
Boom.
for attention.
First shot. You.
Howard?
Well,
Can I
Yes,
can I
Fred.
add one thing to this in support of Sal? There does appear to be an anti-Sal bias here, and it's actually started from Mr. Hine right across the room.
Wow, how
Anti-Sal
so?
bias?
By saying, well, I didn't hear that, Jason, but if you said it, I have to believe you, which would lend one to believe that Sal is a liar. Did you indeed intend to make that assumption?
No, I was making a joke about Sal, but I was saying to Jason, I don't remember hearing that comment come out
If
of
anything,
Sal.
he's defending Sal and saying, "I never heard that comment."
No, but to add the thing, but if you said it, I believe you.
Yeah, I would take that. I would say
take that
Fred's
as a,
right.
as
I
a
would say
shot against Sal.
I
So
would
So
say
attack John Hine. Why are you attacking
Right,
Jason?
then why
But what
do
I'm
you-
saying,
Because
he's got
Jason
this-
doesn't drive me
he's
home.
got this whole room of people, and he's feeling attacked.
All right, let's
And I'm not
move
saying what
on.
Sal did was right.
All right,
I
thank you, Sal.
don't think John did anything particularly wrong, but I agree with Fred in the sense that I would take that as John is definitely on
Well,
Jason's
that's a
side.
John thing, but Sal and Jason
But
got
they're the
into a
hosts,
thing.
But Gary and John are the hosts of the show.
Well, then
And
Sal
I
should have
think-
said, "John,
Yeah.
you're not taking my side. You're not being impartial." All right, listen. Who gives a shit?
Well, the thing is this.
Goodbye.
I've
All right,
read-
thank
have you
you.
read-
What is this, a code of law?
Microphone off.
all right.
Speedo is as bad as can. He knows he's the bad.
A lot was made that Lisa G is consumed with Benji and the girlfriend, and that the girlfriend is using Benji. But I think, she's just weighing in with her opinion, much like everyone else.
You don't think she's obsessed with Benji and I'm jealous?
But someone told me that literally in the newsroom, she talks about it 24 hours a day. That I didn't know.
Oh.
That I didn't know. That she is obsessed with Benji and Elisa, his girlfriend. And that she talks about Benji and Elisa constantly, to the point that some people put on their headphones so they don't have to hear Lisa talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she'll talk to herself about it if nobody's listening.
Yeah. They say she's obsessed, but, from what I heard, she's just someone like me who weighs in about the people who work here. Benji is in a relationship where I thought Lisa actually made a lot of sense on the wrap-up show, and I thought she gave Benji some good advice. I'll play you a clip, and you tell me if you think she's dead on. I do. And she basically says, well, here, I'll play it for you.
I'm not mad at you. Like I said, it feels tacky to me, and that's upsetting to me because I like you and I know who you are, and we had a private talk about it.
Yeah,
and
you said you said very, very mean stuff publicly about my girlfriend. And I thought you were being very, very.
What did she say that was mean?
I'm not gonna repeat it.
Well, I think the comment was in one of my pieces.
John will repeat it.
Lisa called Lisa's career a non-career.
No, I said
referring to her musical ability.
No, I said Benji is trying to be a hero to a non-career. That's what I said.
Lisa's memorized the line.
So
that was
a strike,
and I apologized.
No, you never did. Actually, you said I'm sorry. You kept saying I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings.
Didn't you
never
also
said apologize for saying it? I think you said it. I don't know what your rage is about it. What your upsetness is about
She's not a rage.
You haven't heard what everyone has been saying here. That
so why do you?
Well,
why
are
you?
Look,
why are you
if
giving,
she's that talented, she'll be fine on her own. She's getting noticed. You can take a breath about it, Benji.
Okay, what if
I feel like you're in this trance about. Oh my God, I have to get her a career, a recording contract. It will happen.
Enjoy being part of this.
She's being meant. Yeah, but it just feels like too much.
Well, it doesn't feel organic, that's for sure. It does not feel to anything. It feels very manufactured.
It was almost like an intervention yesterday on the air because what Lisa says is true. I mean, Benji is obsessed with getting his girlfriend noticed to the point that I think Benji thinks this is his cachet with her.
Yes.
That as long as he keeps her career going, she'll remain interested in him. And if Benji was honest, and I could actually talk to him about it, which I won't even attempt, I believe that he would relax a lot more if he stopped all this and finds out whether she loves him for him.
Dude, you are being so.
I think Lisa made a good point. Honestly, pal.
What's the point?
The point is.
Let me
ask you a favor. You just asked me.
No, let me ask you a favor, because what you guys do, you put things so generally where you can't.
I'll be specific.
Be as specific as possible.
It seems to me you're devoting a tremendous amount of your personal energy to promoting Elisa's career. And even on the air, where you were one of those guys I sort of admired, you never really plugged everything to death. And, you've had your little plugs and things with that party planning thing or whatever it is. I don't know, stripper parties or I don't know what you had, but everybody plugs. It seems like you've amped up a lot. And it seems like a lot of pressure on you to keep her in the limelight and to keep her career somewhat going. That's your cachet with her. She, I could even hear, the brother on the news saying you're a great guy. And then you have her brother on the radio, and you have her parents on the radio. And the news department covered it. But I feel like that's your being a hero. That's what's important to her, and you're coming through in spades, and it's keeping her interested in you.
Okay, so
I think you're feeling a lot of pressure.
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Her brother,
well, I thought Lisa made a good point.
Her brother and her family came to our show on Monday night, and the news interviewed them.
Yes, and I think that's the type of energy you want to keep coming her way. It's very important.
Okay, but there's two different issues. You're saying, one, I'm trying to do this energy, and two, I'm doing it because I'm scared I would lose her if I didn't.
I think you think that's your, this is a girl who wasn't that attracted to you or into you. And ever since, you've been running around on TV trying to get her name mentioned. I mean, you were the guy who got beaten up by a CNN guy just trying to yell out her name. You work for the Howard Stern Show. Probably you could have yelled out something related to the Howard Stern Show. Instead, you're screaming out on CNN and risking your life to yell out Elisa Jordana.
I've gotten beaten up for you.
No, I know that.
For you again.
But I'm just saying, it's a lot of pressure to come through and be Superman for her. And I think you ought to chill. and find out if she really could handle not getting that.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. It seems to me she probably does love you and probably will be able to handle it, but I think you're afraid to let go of this.
That's not. But that's not true.
Okay.
And you're just.
All right.
It's just an assumption you're making.
I'm making an assumption. You're right.
And the things
And I thought Lisa was right on the money, and I thought she was coming from an honest place. Whether or not she's obsessed with you, I don't know what goes on back in the newsroom. She might very well be, but.
Well, what I was saying to her was, let's say all this is true. I don't know why she's treating my girlfriend like crap.
Right. No, that doesn't make sense. And Gary, I thought, was right on target with you. You know, Howie's coming in here today, who's going to be on America's Got Talent with me, and I'm going to even say to him, I've noticed in season 2 that Howie spent a lot of time promoting his personal Twitter account. And then I watched him on Piers Morgan a little bit yesterday, and he said beautiful things about me, and I love Howie, and I'm anxious to work with him. But he really is hell-bent on constantly announcing his Twitter account. And I'm going to suggest to him that this year on America's Got Talent, he doesn't do that. Because it becomes annoying to the audience.
I don't have carte blanche.
And it looks desperate.
I don't have carte blanche on this show at all. I don't have a zero.
Any blanche.
Any blanche at all.
Right.
Anything.
But whenever you get a chance,
anything
it seems
I bring
like it's
up, it's something you're asking me about.
But it's uppermost on your mind, as Gary pointed out, to get the
now
plugs
you're reading my mind.
Well, here, I'll play you what Gary said. And I thought Gary was pretty much on the money here.
I feel like you're becoming like Jackie, like you're crowbarring in plugs, and I feel like it's become about plugging everything that you do. You don't reel it in at all, and it's getting tedious. And I almost feel like Howard's the sleeping tiger, and you're poking him. One day he's going to get up and it's just going to go, enough of this shit already. And I'm not sure what the end game is. Like if it was for something, like, is this song really super important to you? Like super important on a level that you're going to go all in with your plugs, because you can't plug like this forever.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know how to fight that. You feel that
not
way.
Not a fight.
No, I mean, I don't know how to argue that. What's the question? Is this song the most important thing in my life?
In other words, I feel like I feel like you're taking whatever you put in the bank as far as goodwill on how much you could plug something, and you're putting it all in on this particular project.
I think a lot of things that you guys think I do to seek attention on the show, I'm not. I'm just being myself.
But my question is, are you answer what I just said? Everybody, we all know that
you're saying your question is, do you still beat your wife kind of question?
Then that wasn't what I said.
No, it's that kind of question that it presumes.
It's not.
It presumes some guilt.
No, it doesn't. I'm saying that you're taking all the goodwill you built up and you plug day and night. That's not bullshit. That's a fact.
No, but I don't think I do, Gary. A plug day and I do plugs on the show that we're given the opportunity to do.
You bring it up whenever you can, and you do whatever you can. Wait a second, and you do whatever you can to draw attention to having people talk. It's not an interpretation. It's a fact.
Are you talking about the writing on the hands, Gary?
At least, and you were very not truthful today. You did say to me off the air yesterday, I thought about taking off, and I thought, why should I do that?
I thought about that. The fact, like, I did it for a purpose of that. Hey, this is something like when I want to look at, I can look at it and it'll help me learn the lyrics. And then right before I got in work yesterday, I was like, fuck, you know what? They're gonna give me shit. They're gonna say, because they always think I'm doing shit for attention.
Right.
And I'm like, because they think that, maybe I should wash it, even though that wasn't the reason I put it on there. But I said, fuck that. It's something I would do for a purpose, not for the attention. I'm not going to just change things so they don't think I'm seeking attention. That's what I said. And I think that you took part of that, but you didn't take the full thing.
Well, I think you said, I thought of their feelings, and I thought of my feelings, and my feelings were way more important than what their feelings are. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
But that's what you're saying.
I'm saying that you would have listened to me clearly.
I heard you. Okay. I heard everything you said.
You thought I did it for a certain purpose. I said, that's not the purpose I did it. But it hit me before I got here that you would think that. But I said, you know what? What I'm doing is not a bad thing, and I did it for another purpose. I'm not going to change it because...
I'll give you that you did it for whatever purpose you want. Say you didn't do it for the purpose of getting on the air. I'll give you that. But you realized that it was going to be a distraction, and you said distraction...
How is it a distraction?
Well, Benji, don't be fucking stupid. Don't that bullshit about... Of course it's a distraction. Everybody fucking noticed it and handed Howard a note. It's weird. You're fucking writing on your hands. It's odd, and everybody noticed it. Don't act like it's not weird or a distraction.
I don't think it's that weird or that much of a distraction.
It is a distraction because you hand me notes and things. I'm looking at your hands on that little machine there. You definitely,
and in all the years he's been here, he's never written anything on his hand.
No, but for Elisa Jordana, he's putting stuff on his hands.
You saw notes on my hand. through this machine.
Yeah, I did. When you put all of a sudden I went, oh, wow, what's that? I thought it was weird. And then I went, oh, it's Benji's hand.
You really noticed it that way?
Yeah, I did. I noticed it. I'd forgotten. Someone had said to me, Benji's writing on his hand. I said, I'm just not going to deal with it. And then about about 2 hours into the show, or whenever I brought it up, 3 hours into the show, all of a sudden I saw, oh, there's something all over his hand, and then I couldn't ignore it anymore.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you could see it through the machine.
Yeah, but you know people can see it. You do know. In other words, a lot of your energy, where it was devoted more toward the show and coming up with funny angles, is more devoted now toward getting your girlfriend's career on target.
Writing on my
Gary's
hand.
making a good point. It's something to think about.
Okay.
He don't fight it. Gary's a pretty astute guy. He's not doing it to pick on you. I really don't think Gary has a bad bone in his body. Out of all the vipers in this room, and believe me, there are many, I think Gary's the least.
Can I just say something?
Viperish.
My frustration with Benji is not over what he's doing so much, although there's a lot of it is that. But whenever you say to Benji, why are you doing this? He goes, I'm not doing that. You're crazy.
No,
and he doesn't acknowledge it. But you do know, would you acknowledge to me that you are very consumed with getting her career mentioned or on track or getting some sort of traction for her? Do you feel that at all?
To an extent, yeah,
okay.
but not like I don't feel it's out of some desperation to get her to love me. She loves me.
I think it's your cachet. It's what you bring to the table.
No, I think it's.
She's not attracted to you physically, but
she absolutely is.
She has said on my air that she was not.
Originally, when she met me, she wasn't, and I had lost.
And I think when a woman that you're attracted to says that, you say, well, what is my cachet? What can I do to convince her? Now, I remember, once you did that, once it clicked for you that maybe you could get her, you started going on CNN mentioning her name. You started to go to press conferences and screaming out the name of her songs.
That was
isn't it interesting? That's the shift.
No, it was
went from show
it was
focus
a funny thing to do on the press conference.
There was nothing funny on this show that you could have done the Howard Stern show related, but more.
It was a Howard Stern thing.
It isn't a Howard Stern.
When
it's
I went
Elisa
to the press
thing.
conference,
it's more about Elisa's thing than the Howard Stern show.
When I went to that press conference, the Herman Cain press conference,
right?
I actually walked there with Lisa G.
Okay.
And I knew I didn't want to focus on the actual. It was his charges of sexual harassment.
Okay.
I wanted to do something kind of absurd.
And out of all the topics was your girlfriend's song.
I thought of it on the way over.
Right.
It was about we had about 15 minutes.
So what was upmost on your mind?
I was thinking, should I just start doing questions about the weather? And
you're like Hinckley, who has to impress Jodie Foster. Trust me, it comes off a little bit like that.
That wasn't the initial intent of that. Then I thought, oh, this will be funny if I just start
And lately, everything has been your girlfriend-centric. In other words, every bit has been sort of something to do with Elisa or your appearances with her. That's what Gary's talking about. And that's what Lisa G's saying. She's saying, chill out, take a pill, and be in the relationship. And you don't have to provide that all the time. And you know what? It'll take the pressure off of you.
But let's say, first of all, I disagree.
You'll enjoy your relationship more.
I disagree with the assumption that I feel I have to provide that. But let's say I did.
There's no doubt in my mind you do.
Okay, so let's say that's correct.
All right.
Why
else would every bit for the last couple of months have been about Elisa?
Why should Lisa in the newsroom,
Lisa G,
be mean to me, and especially mean to my girlfriend about that?
I can ask her that. That's a separate issue. I'm talking about you now. What's your motivation in this? And I'm telling you, you're insecure, and you don't think you can hold on to that girl.
That's not true.
Yeah, because out of all the topics in the universe, you picked to go to the Herman Cain press conference and talk about your girlfriend.
But that was.
And now, speaking of your girlfriend, here's Lisa G.
Your real girlfriend.
Lisa, your real girlfriend, the girl you should be with, the woman who really loves you and who you should be with.
Thank you for hearing me. Right. I appreciate it.
No, I mean, to be no different. I mean, every guy is commenting on Benji. I don't know why as soon as you do, they say you're in love with him. But I do hear back in the newsroom that you constantly, to the point that certain reporters have to put their headphones on.
Yeah, I've been a little consumed. That's why I didn't cover it.
Right. They had to take you off the Benji story because you're consumed.
Right, like the firefighters who had to cover the 9/11 widows and they ended up falling in love with them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you might be falling in love with Benji from covering him. You know they had to police G off the story?
Oh, my goodness.
They felt that she was getting too emotionally involved.
Happens.
Wow. Benji, that's power. See?
So you heard what I was saying.
You did make a good point.
Thank you. It's starting to feel tacky to me. And nothing against his girlfriend personally, because I don't know her.
Right.
So I feel that no other spouse or girlfriend here is doing what's happening. And it feels tacky to me and disrespectful to you. And the fact that she doesn't get it, who's telling her, oh, keep doing it, keep doing it?
I see. So that's why you're critical of Benji's girlfriend as well.
Yes.
That she should say to Benji, listen,
is this okay?
It's a little embarrassing. Maybe you shouldn't be putting your job in jeopardy.
Yeah,
so
or
to speak.
is this all right with Howard?
Such as what,
right,
Lisa?
Right.
Everything.
Well,
T-shirts,
give me a
videos.
specific thing.
Everything, the way it's feeling to me.
No, everything's not specific. So say
well,
something.
She just said T-shirts and videos.
Okay, what?
She just said it. What are you not hearing? How many examples is she going to come up with?
So what's the video you're talking about?
Just everything I've seen, or every mention.
Name a video you've seen.
Oh, God. Benji, I'm not going to argue with you.
How that's some bullshit. She's saying she doesn't like a video. What video is she talking about?
I guess she's referring to YouTube and the song, and then you constantly mentioning where people can hear the song or buy the song.
Howard,
I think she's calling that a video.
They post videos on YouTube of them talking about a variety of things. I've seen 2 or 3 of them.
What's wrong? Wait, Lisa, have you done videos on YouTube of you and your cat?
I would imagine that Lisa would think, as a writer on the show, you might be more involved in the Howard Stern world than the Elisa world with your videos and your content.
So wait, she's upset about putting up videos on YouTube.
Yes.
Is that correct, Lisa?
That's part of it. It's everything. Or she'll say to me, did you see the Benji Couture? It's a picture of her. Not, I can't even see you on the T-shirt.
So
it's just...
Well, there is a specific... Wait a second, Benji.
Let me go back to the first specific.
She gave you a great specific.
Let me go back to the first specific.
Benji, no.
Why can I address the first one?
Benji Couture is a picture of your girlfriend.
Well, he's on it, but it's where's Benji? He's not even looking at the camera.
So you don't like the way I'm not looking at it?
And she's saying why she's critical of your girlfriend. I'm just interpreting. She's saying... Maybe the girlfriend would have said to you, Benji, we just started going out. You're already putting a T-shirt out with me, and you're calling it Benji Couture, and you're mentioning it to Howard's fans, and you're marketing it to Howard's fans. Right. It's a little bit embarrassing. She's saying, where is she in this, too? Like, she should say, gee, I don't feel comfortable.
Who, Lisa?
No, Elisa. That's what Lisa just said about the Benji Couture.
Okay, so you don't like that I put shirts out?
She didn't say she didn't like it. She's just saying it's odd.
Okay, but does odd give you the right to be mean to somebody?
I had an opinion. I had an opinion.
Right.
I can understand.
No, I know you've hired a personal publicist. I know you just did that. And I know that you have and I don't have a problem with that. I think you should build your career. But the sad part in this
I just hired
a
personal publicist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you?
I don't know. For sure, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you hired a personal publicist.
From what are you basing this on?
That John Lieberman told us you hired a personal publicist. He said he spoke to him. Sounds just like High Pitch Mike.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, anyway, I'm not against that.
Right.
I'd like to see your career blossom. I've personally taken an interest in every guy who works here and seeing that their career blossoms.
I know that. I'm
a very big proponent of that.
I know.
I applaud John Hines' efforts. I applaud Ronnie's. Anyone I can see. Sal, Richard, you. I'm not against that. No one's jealous.
Right.
When it comes to your relationship with your girlfriend, I question whether or not you're feeling a lot of pressure to come through for her. It seems like there's a lot of Benji, Elisa bits going down, and a lot of thought going into the Benji Elisa promotion on your part.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of times it gets confused because when you could pick an opportunity like in CNN or one of these Herman Cain press conferences, it might even be one time funny to mention your girlfriend's name. But to constantly have it on your brain seems to indicate to me psychologically that you have a lot of internal pressure to be Superman to her.
Okay.
And I know that pressure. I'm not saying I'm foreign to it. But it's a sad kind of statement. It's a sad situation for you. To me. I think to Lisa and to some other people around here.
I don't feel that pressure, but I can't convince you that I don't.
Well, it's odd that out of all the millions of topics, that's the topic that keeps coming up. You came up with a T-shirt, and it's basically a picture of your girlfriend T-shirt with you kind of there, and it's called Benji Couture, and you kind of just met her, and it's a money-making enterprise.
Okay.
And it's I take advice from a guy who's had a pretty successful career. That's me. I'm not in the T-shirt business.
Right.
I don't sell T-shirts, and there's a reason I don't. But I certainly I'm not going to market a T-shirt about Beth and myself and sell it to my audience. Now, I know you're in a different situation, and you're hungry to get something going, but pick and choose. Even when you go out and record a bit that's going to be on the air, pick and choose what your comedy's about. Shouldn't always be about Elisa.
Sure.
All right. It's so on your brain that it could indicate that you're falling into the abyss of like, wow, I go home today and Elisa's going to, Lisa's going to want to be in love with me because she got mentioned today on CNN, or there's a lot of pressure there. It seems to me.
Right.
All right. That's it.
And even if I say this stuff, what you're assuming is incorrect, I don't feel this pressure. But even if you were correct,
I don't think you're aware of the pressure.
Okay, that's absolutely possible.
Right.
I don't think I think you're ethically, Lisa, being wrong to be mean to me about it.
Why are you throwing it back on me? It's like you didn't even hear what Howard said.
And I don't think she's being mean.
Well, I don't. All right. Well, one, you don't.
She's critical of you and your girlfriend because she feels your girlfriend should say, hey, maybe do a reality check too and say, hey, Benji, some of this doesn't feel comfortable to me. But that's irrelevant. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about your girlfriend. I don't know your girlfriend. And I think she's lovely, and and as Lisa made a good point. If she's going to have a big career, it can't all hinge on you feeling this like you can't be Colonel Tom in this situation.
Okay, but I don't. I felt there was several direct things with Lisa being mean to me about it. There's been some where you're kind of. It's a different role between you and I.
Right.
And
are you being mean, Lisa?
I had an opinion and I stated it, and then I apologized privately to Benji, saying I'm sorry if that hurt you. That's
Gary, is Lisa being overboard and mean?
I don't know. I mean, I heard the comment that she made. I think that she speaks for a lot of people who may not want to verbalize that, but I don't know whether it's mean. It's an opinion. It's not like I hate that fucking bitch. It's just like I think Benji's spending a lot of time.
Gary,
Lisa, let's clear this up too. Do you have emotional feelings for Benji?
No, I think he's terrific. I think he's very talented.
Do you have romantic interest in Benji?
But I agree with you. I think he is an amazing comedy writer. He's 10 steps ahead of everyone. And so when he's trying to sing with Elisa, I think, why doesn't she, as his girlfriend, say, wow, you are so talented. Write a sitcom. You've got a lot of free time. Write some jokes. Exactly
well, that's
what
not
you
her
were
role.
saying.
That, you see, that's where you're overstepping.
All right, but
because that's not who she is, or maybe she is that person. You don't know what she's doing.
But like I said to Benji, that's my issue.
Right.
That's what I said yesterday on the wrap-up
I think
show.
you were more on target when you said to Benji that she's going to make her own career, and you don't have. And you know what? Chill out and let things happen if they're going to happen. You don't have to constantly be promoting. You know. But I know you're spending a lot of time thinking about Benji. That's why they took you off the story, because I heard that on late Friday night you were texting John Lieberman about the Benji T-shirts. I mean, it's a Friday night. You're home. Yes. You're overly involved.
Well, not anymore.
Right. They took you off it.
They took me off it, and you're discussing it now. I feel so much better.
Right.
I feel like someone heard what I was trying to say, so it makes me feel good.
You were saying that the judgment was you can't be professional about this issue.
No, that's not what I said. My boss thought it would be better if John covered the story because it was a live
what do you
performance.
think?
I'm busy doing the news.
Why? Why are you not
I
playing
could
it?
care less about Benji. I'm with the audience.
Well, listen.
Too much Benji.
You think you're disgusted. You don't want to hear about Benji and his girlfriend.
Benji is not real about anything. Benji's not in touch with anything. Why are you having a discussion?
What am I not real about, Robin?
I'm not getting into it. I'm talking to Howard.
Well, maybe Robin makes sense. Why am I involved? I did get caught up.
I don't know. You know what?
I got to think about that for a second. I'm sucked in again. Well, I got sucked in on the wrap-up show.
I started to say something in the middle of all this, and then I said, maybe it's going somewhere, and then I just started doing the news.
I see.
Robin.
Well, all right. Well, maybe you make a good point.
Robin, what you know?
Maybe all of this
Don't call my name, Benji. I'm not
What happened to
responding.
you, like, trying to be a better person and not quote
I was
emasculate
minding
people.
my own
She didn't-
business.
I called on her.
talked to Howard about this.
I called on her.
Pretend you're not here.
I'm here, and when you say something again,
pretend you're not here.
When you say
Benji, why
something-
don't you pretend you're not here?
when you say
That's
something,
not
would be very
emasculating.
helpful.
I don't think you emasculated
what am I not
him.
real about, Robin?
Well, listen. Robin maybe just made the best point of all.
You guys-
Again, I got caught up
I
in
agree.
this.
I don't completely fit in here, but you guys make me a scapegoat and you pigeonhole me in a certain way that.
No, I was actually interested in helping you today. I thought Lisa made some good points on the wrap-up show, so I brought it up to Robin, and then I brought it up to you. And I thought that Gary made some good points. I hadn't really been thinking that much about you, and then when I heard the wrap-up show, I became intrigued in this. So, but Robin just made me think of something even the bigger picture. Who the fuck cares about any of this? So she could be right on, and I could be completely off on this. Yeah, but meanwhile, I'm weighing in with my 2 cents. I could be completely wrong.
Here's my point. Benji doesn't take advice.
Right. Why am I wasting my breath is what you're saying. It's true. You know what? You're right. God bless you.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, goodbye,
I've
Lisa.
got things to
All
do,
right,
big
yes.
stories
All
to
right.
cover.
All right, let's talk about Fred. Now, there's a topic everyone loves. Good. You gave me a reality check. Okay. All right, good for you. Score 1 for Robin. It's true. Here it is, 31 minutes into the show.
And it's wasted air.
No, Robin, the deal is you don't like me. And so you get angry.
He's trying. He's
getting to you.
Trying.
You're going to get sucked in.
I'm not going.
No, you talk to him now, and then I'll yell at you that you're wasting the audience's time.
I'm cured.
Do you like Benji? I just want to know.
I
Then we're gonna
love
move on.
Benji.
You do?
I love him.
All right, good. All right. Well, there's your answer. You can't talk to her, but I can.
I
What
can't
else do you
wait-
want to know from Robin?
I can't wait till how I'm treated when you really love me.
No, we all like you.
Things reached the boiling point today between you and Lisa.
Yeah.
I mean, the gloves came off, and not that it got nasty, but it got very real and very honest. And can this relationship be repaired? Or are you just so pissed off at her that it's almost like she's trying to cockblock you?
All right, guys, remember no cell phones.
Yeah, I think I have an open. I don't like some things Lisa has said and done, but doesn't mean I have a permanent dislike of her. I like her, and we'll see what happens.
She made the prediction to me earlier that you and Elisa will be broken up by May at the latest.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I think it's very easy to predict couples will break up because most couples do break up. Very few stay together. So I don't feel that we will, and I hope that we're not. But if we are, it'll be because, that's how things evolve.
Do you think she sort of threw you under the bus in Howard's eyes, and that she brought to light some things about, you and the Stern Show and publicity, and sort of painted you in a very negative light earlier?
Do I think she threw me under the bus?
Yeah, like she from my standpoint, I think she has some feelings for you, or at least a very strong liking of you, and that's why she's so put off by this relationship. But she spun it as like a Howard. It was an insult to Howard.
Oh, I see. So was she like?
Yeah, she threw your job under the bus.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. I think she has personal feelings, and she's trying to rationalize it. I think So I don't know if I would say throw her under the bus, but yeah, she's trying to rationalize some personal.
There's no director sitting there stopping the action. It's the real deal.
Come on, you know you gotta have it. You got it, and you're stuck with it. It's always gonna be there. What the hell is this? The Uncensored Howard Stern Show.
I was looking at that Academy Award show. I hadn't seen the whole thing. I watched it last night. I fast forwarded through all the boring crap. I just like to look at the broads.
What are you talking about?
Academy Awards. I was saying that Diablo Cody is this stripper who wrote the movie Juno and now is. I'm looking at her. I go, what fucking strip club was hiring her? That ugly
she wasn't
tattoo.
a stripper yesterday.
That ugly tattoo, and You ever go to a strip club where the chicks all look like Diablo Cody?
No.
You know?
That's the chick where you got to be really, really drunk or really, really desperate.
Look,
Where was she
you
stripping?
guys haven't seen the average
Kosovo.
strip club.
No, we don't want them.
There's a group of girls that look like truck drivers in those
I
clubs.
mean, they look like guys. Hey, Jay Thomas is here. He's always on fire. He always has great stories. Jay has his own radio show here on Sirius Satellite Radio. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6. I always listen to him. I listen to Bubba. There's so much stuff going on. It's from 3 to 6 on Sirius Stars Channel 102. The great Jay Thomas, who really is quite delightful. I like Jay.
Where is he?
He's stalling. He's making an entrance.
Yeah. Making us demand him.
What were you doing out there that you're so busy?
He was telling me a story of coaching his kids in baseball.
Oh.
And I was pretending I cared.
Gary's stories are all beautiful family stories.
First of all, Jay and I both coached in the same league in the same time.
Here we go again. It was boring then, it's boring now, and it's going to continue to be boring.
Okay, Jay, why don't we sit down on a plane and you can tell me how you built houses for 5 fucking hours?
I don't, but you know what? I stopped doing that. I realized it's like
You didn't
showing,
stop talking about it.
How about people that show you the pictures of their fucking kids?
I didn't do that.
Right?
It's so right. You know, my parents, I used to say to them, why don't you ever carry a picture of me in your wallet or your purse, Mom? And they go, we hate people who show pictures of their children. We have nothing to brag about. And I go, you have nothing to brag about.
What were you, like, all nose when you were a kid? What
I
kind
don't
of...
know what it was, but like I thought, well, maybe they could have a picture so that they could look at me. When I was
think they wanted to check on you every once in a while.
No, they had no concept of that. Jay, I was hearing a story, which is fascinating. By the way, did you watch the Academy Awards?
You know, I did, and
Who's getting lap dances from Diablo Cody? I mean,
I've got to tell you that we struck, you know, I'm in the Writers Guild and all that stuff, that we struck battling for the writers and all, and then a hooker wins the best screenplay and says, I'm learning a lot from the writers, and it's like, it was such an embarrassment.
Yes.
It was such a slap in the face to writers
What
who
are you guys holding out for?
well, no offense, she wasn't a hooker. She was a stripper. Let's be honest.
I'm sorry. That's a hooker to me. You can call it, because if there's enough money, do they not screw guys?
Well, not all of them, but let's be honest.
You think she never screwed anybody for money?
I don't know. I don't know the girl.
Then the movie's about a little slut, right?
Yes.
And here's the other thing. They're always having the thing, and I go to these things, and I wear a ribbon for abortion. Always, you know, everybody should have an
Woman's
abortion.
right to choose.
Never do they have an abortion in the movies.
No, never.
Nobody ever has an abortion.
That
right?
16-year-old girl in Juneau would have had an abortion in 2 seconds. You're absolutely right.
No, I didn't see the movie.
Has an abortion.
They should. We have enough people.
He's so right.
They should have an abortion. I mean,
Well, what about the family that wanted to adopt that baby?
Didn't they break up? I didn't see the movie.
Yes, they do.
And so they give it to a broken family.
More trouble.
So they should have aborted.
It's a great story.
And they give it to a broken family, which is already a
Well,
mess.
you're from New Orleans, and you even, I mean, I thought this was an incredible statement.
So many people should have been aborted in New Orleans. It's not even funny.
I want to see the sequel of Juno in 15 years when that kid's ripping off cars and mugging
But you had
people.
said yourself that the
I don't think that Diablo Cody will write another movie that we care about.
You hope not. You got jealous, didn't you? Be honest. I mean,
you know what? I'm jealous because they make it out like we are the peons, and then the King of France and the Queen and all are in this thing, and we look at them through the fence, and then they throw us bread they've chewed on for a minute.
Are you saying that the Academy Awards are like high school, where the cool kids all get to congregate
and give each other awards,
and you're on the outside looking in, and no one will let you come to the party?
And if the women are so beautiful, why don't they have anybody?
Right.
Why doesn't Cameron Diaz have a man?
Because she's a fucking pain in the ass.
I don't know. And by the way, when they're taking the pictures, what is with this?
What, turning to the side?
What does that mean? It's a cat's ass. It's a cat's ass.
You know, I saw Miley Cyrus doing that. She's 15 years old.
Well,
look,
yeah, what's with the 15-year-olds acting like 40-year-olds?
Raising kids in Hollywood, were you afraid of that? I mean, the kid turning into a Hollywood kid. Miley, what his name is Miley? I never heard of this. Miley.
Well, she's a little...
We struggled to get the kids into an upscale preschool. I mean, you probably went through this with your kids. This is a long time ago. And we went, and we had to get, and Alex Trebek and his wife were trying to get into school the same time we were.
And there's only so many slots available.
And they had the quintessential black woman headmaster, but everybody else was white and rich in the school. And Jack
so you were
Nicholson,
in a very liberal neighborhood.
Right.
It was in the it was on Clinton Street. I'll never forget it. It's still it's the Something Learning Center. And one day we're parking the car, and my wife's, it was Jamie Lee Curtis was helping park the cars. And Bruce Springsteen was in the coffee room. And Jack Nicholson, well, my wife was going, my God.
We got to get in.
Get into school.
Yeah.
So we bring
want to go to this
we
school.
bring our little 3-year-old, 4-year-old boy, and he's got some issues. He's not right. He's mentally not right. And
Your son is not mentally right?
About your son?
He's okay now, but he wasn't right.
Not everybody has a perfect kid. At least to admit that.
Thank you for admitting it.
We would go to McDonald's, and you know where they have the balls? You're getting to play with the balls?
Yeah.
He would get in there, and then he would grab a kid and start strangling him, and pulling him, and some dad would say, hey, who's that? And I would say, that's my son. And he goes, hey, get him out. And now my son wouldn't let go, and then would bite the kid. It was really terrible.
Wait, now, does your son still have problems? I mean, honestly.
He builds guns now. He makes a real gun.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, we deal with it all the time.
So he's a real violent kid. I mean,
no, he's
born
not.
violent.
He's a crack shot and all, but we let him get it
Should
out.
he be around guns?
Will you stop that?
I'm not kidding.
No, he tried to strangle children at a young age, and now he's into guns.
Now,
what school does he go to? Because I want to.
He goes to a public school now.
They won't let him in the private school.
No. So we go to the higher learning thing, and we had like this kind of thing with him. And one guy in Burbank says to me, who's that kid in there? And I go, oh, that's my son. He goes, if I didn't recognize you, I'd punch you in the nose. He says, because he recognized me, he wasn't going to. So I climb in the thing, and I did this constantly. My wife's crying. We had another kid, and also finally we sent him to this school.
It's a tough kid.
We get there, and Alex Trebek is with this young wife of his, and they're trying to get in. And
they're kissing the black woman's ass, who's the headmistress.
We get the kid in.
Yeah, good.
We get him in.
Good.
He's there, my wife says Jamie Lee Curtis is parking the cars and all. Well, he's not there a minute. He's in the sandbox. He strangles a kid.
Was it someone's famous kid?
Bites the kid, yeah. Like somebody I never heard of, a producer's child. So they call us up and they go, your child needs a shadow teacher.
What's that?
For $400 a week, a woman stays with him all day.
Well, at least they didn't kick him out. They didn't give up on him.
$400 a week, and he's great with the shadow teacher.
Yeah.
Who's a psychologist or a kid or whatever she is from high school. I said, well, I'd like it too if somebody hung with me all day, right?
Poor you. You have to pay $400
extra a week, and it was $1,000 a month. I am so mad, and so I say to my wife, why don't we send him up the street with the Mexican kids and all, where he would fit in. He would fight. He would be a gang member. He looks like...
He likes guns.
Like he's from a broken home or something.
Right.
Mom, I got my colors today.
Did you ever take him to a psychiatrist at that age and say, what's going on
he's
here?
pre-fucked up. He belongs...
with these kids.
And the kid. And we had a psychiatrist, and they went to... They would go to McDonald's with us, two of them.
Right.
This is another $5,000. And we would stay there.
Aren't
and
you
then
glad you had kids?
we'd put him into the thing and see if he strangled someone. We started going to McDonald's in other neighborhoods that they didn't know us.
Right.
We go into West Los Angeles.
Right.
So we're spending tons of money. So now the school says he's become such a problem. We have to have a meeting.
Oh, no.
We have to have a meeting.
Is it hard to love a kid like this?
It is.
It is. Go ahead.
So we got 7 people in the room, and they're telling us these things, psychiatrists and things, and the quintessential, 6 foot tall, a black woman headmaster, not another black person on the staff, not a Mexican, nothing.
Nothing.
And I say, we're not all talking about this little 2.5 foot kid, are we? We can't be.
Right.
And I said, this is ridiculous, and we're out of here. We're done. And the woman said, well, okay. And they gave us our money back. And so they, that's a big deal. They gave us our money back. We ended up going to some school run by lesbians, and he was fabulous at the lesbian school.
So do you think there's something to the fact that these she schools are doing something wrong?
Here it is. You don't have to be smart to be an actor.
Right.
Writing is hard. Producing is hard. I guess directing, you have to know.
I don't know how writing is hard. A stripper can do it.
That's true. But actors are not bright, and I've said it forever. I get in trouble for saying it, but
I got to ask you a question about that.
They're not smart.
Listen, I'm watching this show, In Treatment, Gabriel Byrne.
I love that show.
Okay, me too. They memorize all these
Unbelievable.
lines. There's
What
got to
does
be
memory have to do
well,
with
nothing?
Let me finish my point.
Smart.
There's
Nothing.
got to be some
The
intelligence.
Rain Man
there.
could memorize shit.
I can't memorize.
I'm a
I
Rain Man
consider
memorize
myself-
You're
everything.
brilliant.
No, I'm not. I don't. I mean, I feel stupid. So when I see these actors, they're able to memorize entire
Yes.
soliloquies, monologues. They're able to do this. They have this ability. You can't see the intelligence in that?
I don't think memorization is intelligence.
What? I'm sorry.
I don't think memorization is intelligence. The average person says what you say. You did a movie. I didn't see you stumble or you talk.
No, I struggled to remember the lines, and I know where my
They do
lines.
too.
much.
They do, but they do too.
Well, I'll tell you something. This is a fascinating story. And, you know, even more fascinating is your take on the whole... Jay is from New Orleans.
Right.
And the guys told me this. This was something they put in the notes.
Mm-hmm.
That you recently in New Orleans rented out your house to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
To their architects.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, to their architects.
Brad Pitt, who is a wonderful guy and is helping New Orleans.
Is he smart?
I don't think so. I think he's naive. I think he's really rich.
He wants to bring all the poor people back to New Orleans and build up their neighborhoods, right?
Yeah, and we'd like him to stop that. The hurricane, of course, did us a tremendous favor and blew tons of killers out of town and people living on the dole and everything else. And so now they're all trying to come back.
But there's still a high
terrible
a murder rate there.
A friend of mine just got shot in the ass. He was being robbed. They shot him, and the bullet went through a cheek. A transvestite robbed him.
So you're serious when you say that the hurricane was a good thing?
Yes.
It was God's way of cleaning up New Orleans.
So now when you
I didn't even believe in God till the hurricane.
So when you see Brad Pitt...
Did you see the people in the Super Bowl? Did you see them?
Yes.
Would you like to live anywhere near any of those people?
I don't know.
Where's our food, motherfucker? Where's our food? It was horrible. It was horrible.
So you were pleased when New Orleans changed after the hurricane, and
Yes.
now when people like Brad Pitt, who doesn't really live in New Orleans...
He should be rebuilding houses in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Right.
I went to the airport, and all these church groups are coming to help rebuild places that no one gives a shit about.
Right.
I couldn't find anybody to work. I went to the airport to... Southwestern Baptist Church from Mississippi or wherever the hell, Texas. I said, look, I'll give you $20 an hour apiece. Work in my neighborhood, rebuild our houses. Don't go in that neighborhood. And they laughed at me.
Right.
And they went and did Jesus' work and all that. Brad Pitt gave $5 million. He's going to build 150 houses. He brings in architects from all over the world. And they're very nice people, but they're naive. These architects stay in my house
Right.
and destroy it.
What do you mean?
They left underwear and pot and beer and shit. They went nuts. They just spent his money and went completely nuts.
So they wrecked.
So it was like a frat party.
Yes.
So they wrecked your house.
Yes.
Did you have to get some additional funds from them in order to fix up the house?
We thought about doing it, but I didn't give them a break because they were helping. That's another thing.
Right.
If you're coming to New Orleans to help, I don't give you a break when you rent my house.
Right. So
Right.
did Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie ever show up at your house?
They never came to my home, but what they did was they threw a party. And they threw it in the area where they're building the houses. And there was a big trailer there, and they put fences up and all. And so a guy I know says, look, they're throwing this party. Maybe I can get you in. And I said, sure. So we go to the thing. Not only could I get in, they let everyone in. It was like Andrew Jackson's inauguration. He let everybody in the White House, and it was a terrible idea.
Right.
It's the last time they let human beings in the White House. So, regular humans. So I walk through the gate, and there are people all over the place, and I talked to a cop, and he says, this is crazy. These 4 guys over here, we had a gunfight with last week.
Oh, my God.
Brad's walking around. She's got the little baby. They have security. A woman comes in with the scissors and tries to cut a piece of his hair off so she can clone another Brad Pitt.
Oh,
Wow.
stop.
They grab her, pull her down.
Right.
Then a guy with a microphone goes
This
up.
is who they're trying to save.
Very nice people. Very nice people.
But they're naive because they're saving these people who are not
Yes.
worthy.
And a man came up to Angelina Jolie, started a tape recorder. She's holding a baby. And he said, I thought it was somebody from your show. He says, I understand you're fucking your bodyguard. Like that. And they grabbed him. And I'm in the thing thinking, I thought it was somebody. I thought it was, Stuttering John had come back or
Somebody
something.
write down that question. We need to use it.
So I'm looking around going, get out of this neighborhood, fill this place in, knock all these fucking houses down,
right?
And let the tourists come in, and that's the end of that. I don't know. And I said this to Larry King. Oh, Jay, how can you say it? I think, well, Larry, why don't you go fucking live there?
Right.
They'll fucking shoot you in about 2 seconds.
But that's what all the liberals will say. What's wrong with you, Jay?
Yeah,
While
right.
they live in Malibu.
I don't want to be bothered when I live someplace. I don't want to have to worry about people shooting people. And then the mayor of New Orleans has had some sort of nervous breakdown or something. He doesn't even talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
He's in hiding?
So you're on top of this because you love New Orleans. And
Yeah.
this
You
is
live there.
and he has a home
Yes,
there. And
I
this
do.
is all of
That's
that. So how's the radio show going?
It's going very well,
Yeah.
and thank you very much. And I signed a new 2-year contract.
Great.
They were very nice.
You're going to be at Sirius for another 2 years?
Another 2 years.
Everyone likes that.
Yes,
I love
it's all
listening to the
good.
show. I think it's
Thank
great.
you.
I still don't understand the logistics. Where are you when you do this show?
I do it from California, and then I have a studio outside of New Orleans, and then I come here to New York, and I just kind of do this kind of bouncing around thing.
I find it hard to not be in the studio with everyone, but you have no problem doing it.
None whatsoever.
You're that talented that you can do the show from anywhere.
You could do it, too. You could do it from your house. Why you come in is ridiculous.
I'm not sure. Denny, you're on
What
the
do you
air.
mean, not
Wouldn't it be
sure?
weird if you were here and I was somewhere else and
No.
we couldn't look at each other?
Like, how would you be a guest when
Are
you
you
have
really
a
getting
guest?
anything from looking at
Yes,
me? What
I'm
are you
connecting.
getting?
I don't know. I'm getting a vibe.
When you have a guest,
I
where
can't-
are they, Jay?
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck they are. They're someplace else.
But you all pretend you're in the same room.
I don't pretend. I say I'm someplace, and they're not. Look, it doesn't make any difference. When you talk on the phone, do you need to see the person on the phone?
No, but that's different. Well, I don't know. I think
I
it's
can't
different
see
tonight.
Artie right now.
That's true. Denny, you're
Say
eating.
something, Artie.
I'm eating.
Hey, now,
Don't bother Artie.
I'm with Jay. We should do it.
I mean,
from home.
hold, Artie, you see that? He said something.
If Artie did the show from home, we'd never hear from him.
That's right. We never get
Denny, go ahead. You're on the air.
Jay,
Watch this. Denny's on the phone. We don't need to see Denny. If we saw Denny, we would be disgusted by what we're seeing.
Denny, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem, man.
Have you ever seen Denny live? Has anybody seen Denny?
No, I've never seen Denny.
Denny, what do you weigh? How much do you weigh? Denny, how much do you weigh?
But let Denny make his point.
All
please.
right, go ahead,
Denny, go ahead.
I'm from New Orleans, Jay, and I cannot believe you're just taking advantage of your celebrity to get attention. When this town needs people like you who know about the city to speak positively about it, and you're sitting here using it to get yourself attention instead of getting the city attention. Like,
Hold on a minute. I love you. You sound like you have a job. Have you shot anybody lately? Do you sell drugs or anything?
no, sir.
Okay. I'm there all the time. I have a home there. You and I are the same person. Do you not want all the scumbags to leave?
Listen, the city is the city, and with the scumbags, without them, it's New Orleans. It's not Colorado.
Well,
all
Jay is saying that he wants
Yeah.
certain people there, and so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this man is saying he liked the color of the city.
No, but Denny and I are the same guy.
Whitewashed.
No, not whitewashed. No, absolutely not. There is a huge middle class of black, Hispanic, everything else. But there are some scumbags there. Denny, you got relatives like I have relatives. Our relatives are scumbags, too. I'm glad some of my relatives are gone.
Let's go to Kyra.
I mean, they're all... Denny, how many relatives do you have that collect welfare and all that shit
He's
and live
gone
for
already.
free?
Kyra in Tampa,
What a nice
Florida.
guy, though.
Yes.
He didn't curse or anything.
No, nothing. Kyra, go ahead. You're on the
Stay
air.
in New Orleans, Denny. You're my kind of person.
Hey Jay, I'm a native of Baton Rouge, and I am so glad to hear a celebrity
That's right.
come on the air and tell
It's like Howard. No, that's right.
and tell the feelings that you have about the city, because you're there, you see what's going on, and
She likes what you have to say, I believe.
I mean, do you really resent?
I sleep
Brad
with a
Pitt?
shotgun in my house.
Really?
You do?
That my son built.
Right. Son of yours.
Really?
Let's go to John. John,
Someone
you're
breaks
on.
in, he'll choke.
Hey,
him.
this
What
has
the fuck?
gotten serious all of a sudden.
Beechwood, New Jersey. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, hey Howard, how you doing?
Hey.
Jay, I think you're phony. You talk about being a writer and all this. You went on Tonight Show during the writer's strike. What's that all about?
I didn't go on a Tonight Show. I turned Jay Leno down. I went on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
But he had
Well, what's
writers
the
that were
difference,
striking
then?
too.
Well, I was going to ask you about that, Jay.
Yeah.
You see, I saw
Leno asked everybody on who he hadn't talked to, and Leno hadn't had me on in 10 years.
Right.
Probably because I do Letterman and stuff.
Right.
He calls up, and they want me to come on, and we turned it down. But some people were saying, well, okay, I'll come on if you'll have me on after the writer's strike, and he wouldn't say that.
Right.
So, but I like Jimmy Kimmel. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, I do too.
And I went on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and that didn't. I don't think me going on a Jimmy Kimmel show.
But isn't that sort of hypocritical? You're a writer.
Yes.
You're on strike.
Yes.
It is. And Jimmy,
totally hypocritical.
No, I mean,
whatever you just said.
Did you put your career ahead of?
I had nothing to promote. My career hasn't been ahead in a long time.
But seriously,
I'm wondering if he put down his little sign to go into the show. Did
well,
you
no, they stuck me in the back, so I didn't have to go past the picketers. By the way, why weren't the signs more inventive? The signs weren't even in, if they're such great writers.
It's true. But seriously, did you have qualms about going on Jimmy's show?
No.
You really didn't?
None.
Oh,
the Jay Leno show I turned down. Isn't that enough?
Well, but wait a second.
I probably could have used an appearance on the Jay Leno show. I probably could have used it.
Right, sure. Might have led to something better.
Whatever. I turned it down. That's right.
Okay. All right. So, in other words, you will sell yourself out to a certain degree.
Well, here's what's sad. Leno's numbers were bigger without writers and continued to beat David Letterman with all the writers, which, of course, made him more of a nut. Letterman's now more of a nut.
Do you think that Jay Leno is lying when he said he didn't have any help writing his memoirs?
Of course he is.
He is lying.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Watch this. There's a strike. Nobody's here. Don't you and Artie talk on the telephone?
Sure.
And by accident, Artie says a few funny things that you by accident write down, that you later on by accident remember and say on the radio?
And then I accidentally pay him?
Exactly. Right. You don't pay him, you give to some charity that he's a big member of. Right. You know, I don't know.
So in other
How
words...
about Clean Syringes or something? You do something for him. Whatever that group is. How about that group, Clean Syringes? Jesus Christ.
Would it be impossible?
How about shoot him with something and they never wake up? How about that one?
I can see where your son got his violent tendencies.
You know what? I mean this. When I see the scumbags in the street, why don't we have a truck that goes around, picks him up, gives him a little thing, and it's over. We don't see him again.
Wait a minute, Jay. Why do you get to say what is a decent human being?
How do you know I'm not the son of God? How does anybody know that?
Jay, which pleased you more? I never asked you this.
What?
Which pleased you more?
Yeah.
The hurricane in New Orleans or the tsunami? Which did
You know what was funny about the tsunami? Watch this.
There was something funny?
I'm vacationing. Let's say I'm vacationing, and I look out the window. My wife says, honey, all of the animals are running uphill, every one of them. And we're having our breakfast. Remember the videos of the people having breakfast?
Yeah. Sure.
And the ocean went out a mile.
Right.
And all the fish are exposed, and the fish are trying to go uphill. And now every dog, every cat, every fucking goat, every idiot animal runs uphill.
Right.
I'm one of these. Get the towels, get the suntan lotion, let's go uphill. Right?
Right.
When my cat is nervous in my house, I turn to my wife and go, earthquake, earthquake. And we get ready. We stock shit. The cats are like nervous. Earthquake. And I'm kidding.
The animals know instinctively.
Of course they do. He's right.
There wasn't a dog killed in the tsunami. That's true.
Because they knew to run uphill.
Not a fucking goat died in the tsunami. My family and I would have gone uphill.
Right, because you see the signs
Even
in nature.
the son who chokes people would have been able to figure this out.
He would have stepped on Jay's head to get uphill.
What about the model?
Petra Nemkova.
And she loses her fucking boyfriend and shit, right?
Right.
She's hanging on a tree.
Now she's with Sean Penn at the Oscars.
I know.
When the ocean goes out a mile, something bad is going to happen. They went surfing. Those idiots went out in the surf.
They walked a mile to get to the
They
surf.
went out with, oh look, now we can go into shallow water. Right?
So you see this kind of behavior, and it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Here's what's sad. There's so many stupid people running loose. And a lot of them are in, they're actors and everything else. And maybe we're not the brightest either. But we've made a big deal out of the really stupid, and we have events for them. And the Academy Awards is one of those events. You've been to a award show?
Sure.
It's very boring.
Yeah, it's the adult. People say, "Oh, I want to go to an award show." I go, "You couldn't even sit through it."
Why does Jack Nicholson go every year? What does he find so interesting there? What is it?
I don't know. I asked him. They said
his ass.
he went because he was a presenter this year. I said, I think
He's always presenting, though.
Yeah,
they invite him every year, and he says yes.
He likes the attention.
And if they're such great actors, why can't they read the cards or be natural? Even the guys from Knocked Up were terrible.
You're right.
They were no good. They weren't funny.
Is it the writing or is it the...
It's that guy with the curly hair who's a fucking hack. The gay writer guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
Every year
Bruce Valanche?
That asshole.
Is he ruining the award?
He couldn't. I want to tell you something. If he rewrote the fucking Bible that had no members of the goddamn Christianity, be over. He is the worst writer in America.
Bruce Valanche?
Of course he is.
I don't know the guy.
Did you laugh at anything anybody said?
No.
How about when Steve Carell came out and thought, what's the pretending? By the way, when you tell a joke,
yeah,
when you say something funny,
right,
you're saying it and you're hoping for a reaction.
Absolutely.
Jon Stewart acts like we've already laughed before he's spoken. It's like, you're already laughing no matter what the fuck I say is hysterical.
Well, he's used to getting his ass kissed. I mean, he gets a lot of
I'm sure he's a
accolades.
nice guy and all.
Right.
And I'm watching and going, John, could you give me a fucking second so I can see if it's funny or not without you going, what I'm going to say is so fucking funny. You know, I mean, Lewis Black tells a fucking joke and then you laugh.
Right.
Right. So I'm watching the whole thing, and then he pretends he's playing tennis with some little girl.
Jon Stewart.
Right.
Right.
And we come back from commercial, and he goes, "Oh, you caught us."
Yeah.
Thinking that's like in high school you do that shit.
In other words, Steve Carell did the same sort of thing. He starts to read the thing, and then he goes, "Oh, I'm reading the wrong thing."
Oh my God! What a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's true.
It's hacky. It's
the
hacky.
Average American thinks it's stupid.
Well, the ratings are down. They're lower than ever.
Yeah.
You know
Look,
this.
I'm not helping myself either. I mean, this is probably why but nobody gives a shit either. But
what do you hate about Spielberg?
Oh, please. How about the gay guy that wanted to fuck you? Remember that guy? Once he'd have seen that hairy ass, he wouldn't have run for 100 miles. Must have hair everywhere.
You're very angry, but I think rightly so.
Why shouldn't I be angry? You've seen me in a movie lately?
Did you notice that?
by Hollywood,
did you,
yes.
I know I haven't seen you in a movie, and you're quite good at it.
Yes.
Now, this Marion, what's her name? Cotillard.
Oh, my God.
What?
Edith Piaf. Except for the rice. What did she do for us?
What is
What
this
is the name of the rice?
She won Best Actress.
Be on Rose.
What did she do? You tell me right now. Hold it. I'm going to ask anybody. Who is Edith Piaf? Why do we
I
give
don't
a
know.
shit?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Why? In other
Well,
words,
it wasn't an American movie. It was a French movie.
But
they supposedly loved her.
They have been writing books about her. They have been talking about her for years. She was married to a boxer who died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
She once peed on stage.
Yeah.
She peed on stage.
Peed on stage.
Why?
I have no
She was a
idea.
real mess.
I don't
She was
know.
a
She
mess.
was incontinent. I don't know what her problem was.
The original Jackass.
So this woman wins about no one will ever see that movie. It's a foreign movie.
Right.
She shouldn't even be in the Academy Awards. I don't get it.
It was rather depressing to me that not one American.
What is wrong with the American actors?
Are American actors worse?
Why don't we start the immigration thing by throwing them out? I don't want a Canadian taking my job. I don't want a Mexican actor taking my job. I don't want a French actor taking my job. I'll vote for whoever says throw those assholes out first.
When is the last time you were in a movie? I mean,
I know I have a movie, this Pool Boy movie coming out with Warren Zide. Yeah, the guy that did American Pie. I made fun of it last time. He got all upset.
Yeah.
But I think my son's going to do the music, and I'm going to be in it and everything else. It was fun. We did it in New Orleans.
Pool Boy.
Okay.
Pool Boy. It's called.
All American cast. No.
No. Miss Playmate of the Year from Germany is in it.
All right, but that's
when you
understandable.
bring breasts from overseas, that's okay with
Nobody
me.
cares about that. Now you got to check out Jay's radio show. Believe it or not, Jay has a radio show here.
And he apparently has
By
a
the
lot
way,
to
I have
say.
nothing to talk about now. This is my whole show.
Yeah, this was the show for the day. He's on weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sirius Stars. That's channel 102.
Right.
The Jay Thomas Show, and it's quite good. Yes, Ralph, go ahead. You're on the air with Jay Thomas. Oh, let's see. Ralph,
Now, you know
are
what?
there?
I try and wonder, do I talk like this because I'm really angry, or am I really just observing what I've seen over 30 years as an actor and in Hollywood? And I mean it. I've sat on so many sets, and I've done tons of I've done like 300 TV shows.
You have.
You'll be sitting there, and you'll be talking to someone, and you're about to do a scene with them, and they are so uninteresting that you can't believe that you're in the room with them, and they are telling you that they don't know whether they're going to go to their therapist or they're afraid to miss their macrame lesson or whatever the fuck they do, and they chant and they do all this shit. And I don't want to be there with them. They're unfucking interesting.
You know
You're
what?
saying that most actors that you worked with,
uninteresting
people. That in other words,
Well,
they're
he's
empty.
right.
They're empty vessels.
And they're fucked up.
My kids are both right now tonight. Both my boys could act tonight. My youngest one could be in a sitcom now.
Right.
I know it. It's not hard to act. It's hard to get the friggin' job.
Right.
So I tell them both, be anything else, a doctor, an architect, or whatever, then go act.
Right.
But by the way,
I want you to name one. I want you to
tell
name...
me what Queen Latifah could do if she wasn't an actress.
Right.
What the fuck could she do? What could...
Rap.
No, but if she didn't do that, if they didn't have show business, what could you, at least I could sell real estate or teach a fucking class.
You are a multifaceted guy. There's no question about it.
I mean, it drives me nuts.
You're not the typical actor. You're brave.
Jay makes a good point because I started to root for the music this time around. You know, I used to be against the music when they'd be up there giving their speeches, but there was a woman, she was winding up to be the most boring human being on earth, and they started playing that music.
Poor
I
darling.
said, thank God.
Right,
you're a brave guy.
Oh, you mean get rid of him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Jay, you're a brave guy. Name the most boring actor you ever worked with. The guy who you said, my God, this guy is
He's
an empty.
like wallpaper drawing.
He's an empty slate.
Ted Danson.
No. I made a mistake. And when I thought it, I made a mistake. Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear. He's the dumbest.
Not dumb. I worked with him in a movie called A Smile Like Yours.
Right.
I was positive I was going to be the next big star in Hollywood.
Right.
Once again.
I looked at him and I
not
thought...
that bright either.
He was, exactly right. He was on Talk Soup and he had done the movie. And the second movie he did, I was in. I played his best friend.
Right.
I sat across from him doing these scenes going, what is this?
Right.
We'll never see this guy again. So I was totally incorrect.
Right.
He's a very nice man.
Right.
But as I sat there, I would call my friends and go, man, oh man, I hope this guy doesn't get in my way. You know? I hope he doesn't hurt me.
Is he one of these guys? Is he one of these guys you describe as like you're in a conversation and it's just dull? I mean, there's just nothing happening.
I never met Brad Pitt, but I imagine that would be the description also. Because writers, and by the way, I think Greg Kinnear's career turned out great.
Greg Career.
And it's
He's
unbelievable.
done very well.
And he could
Bob
act
Crane.
his ass off.
Right.
I made a huge mistake. But, you know.
Who is the most arrogant? The arrogance.
The guy on Special Victims Unit.
Belzer?
No, no. The guy that was on Oz.
Maloney?
Chris Maloney.
Yeah, arrogant, huh?
I'm in the makeup chair, and I don't think the shows are any good. I think CSI sucks. I think they're all terrible.
Right.
So I'm in the makeup chair, and it's kind of new. The show's kind of new. It's on a year or two, and Maritza Hardigay or some
That's
shit.
Law and Order.
You know,
Okay.
the people that really act in those shows are the character actors who make $150 a day.
Right.
And the rest of them go, well, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you not do it? There's an eyeball on the street, whatever the deal is.
Right.
So I say, Jesus Christ, the guy that was on Oz that broke people's necks when they were going down on. Remember those
Right,
scenes?
yeah,
They'd
he was
suck his
an
dick
angry-
and then I said, my God, he was on that show and now he's on this. And she goes, what are you talking about? I said, how embarrassing. She was embarrassing. That's a huge deal that he was naked on TV and fucking people up the ass in a prison. And I'm going, what? He's a huge fucking star. So I go in there. I work my ass off. I cry. I'm burning my mother with cigarettes, whatever the fucking thing was they had me do. I turned it down twice because they wanted me to be a pedophile. And I said, I don't want to fuck a kid up the ass on national television just yet. So
Just yet.
I do the scene and I bum. All right, cut. And I think, you usually go over and go, wow, as the star of the show.
Right.
Wow, that was terrific. He left the room. See you later.
Wow.
And I said, gee, what's that all about? And I said, I guess he did that to... And then who's the other
Maybe
guy?
you didn't do that well.
Yes, I did, you prick. And who's the other guy? Ice Cube? Who's on the other?
Ice-T.
Ice-T. He's another one. What is he, a fucking movie star, Ice-T? He doesn't say anything to anybody.
In other words, when you're there and you're visiting a set,
They should
Right.
kiss the character of actor's ass. They're making no money. They're crying. I'm a man of the people.
Right. No, but you're making a good point. In other words, a star shouldn't be so carried
Man of the
away.
people.
Yeah. A guy should.
By the way, when they gave the thing, the sound mixing Academy Award, Fred should... It's putting sound effects in a movie. They gave him an Academy Award. I almost vomited.
I'm glad somebody said that. Because,
Projectile vomiting I almost had.
I mean, not that what I do is all that great, but I'm looking at now what they do with motion pictures. There's computers. There's this. They've got 4 guys all working faders.
I'll never work again after this appearance.
Everybody's very angry. Yes,
and everybody's
Gary.
overlooked.
The guys out there tell me that Jay's got a pretty good story about going on an audition and thinking he was going for another genre. He went to go do a drama, but he thought it was a comedy.
No, in front of Ivan Reitman.
What happened? Ivan produced my movie.
I know he did.
He's a great
What
guy.
happened?
I went up for a movie, maybe it was Legal Eagles or something years ago.
With Deborah Winger.
Deborah Winger. This is a long time ago. I was in the movie. Ooh. Oh, no, I got a part. So I go in, and it's a guy who's in a courtroom. and he'd stolen televisions and stuff, and so they're grilling him, and all of a sudden he breaks down or whatever, and he confesses. And it was part of the thing where the lawyers weren't that good, and then some big thing happened, and they had to really be good. So it's Ivan Reitman, Ghostbusters and some shit.
Ivan's the biggest.
So I go in there, and I do this wild fucking audition, and I'm being funny. And Ivan stops and says, this is a drama. I read the whole fucking script and thought it was a hysterical comedy. Right?
you didn't read it the right way.
Apparently not. So they said, would you like to go outside and think about it and come back?
Settle down.
So I go outside and I hear guys in guns fucking crying and shit. So I pull the fucking hairs out of my nose to get tears in my eyes or whatever you have to do. I don't know how actors do it. They pull hairs and they do things. I'm poking myself, throwing salt in my eyes. I go back and I stole the fucking TVs, and I cried. So then they call back and they go, they hired you. They gave you a part. I said, wow. They said, well, you're not going to get that part. But you're going to play a smart-ass waiter at a restaurant when Paul Newman comes in to have this meeting with this guy. And they give me all these lines, and they said, "Look," I said, "I don't want to play a fucking waiter." No. You're going to be kind of smart ass. It'll be great for your tape, and you and Paul Newman. When I get there, of course, whatever I was supposed to say was completely cut. And I ended up delivering coffee, and extras were asking me for water and shit. Oh, yeah.
Poor you. You don't get any respect.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what I did to Ivan Reitman.
What'd you do?
Did you get a scene with
I'm with my kooky kid who's like at the time 6 years old, and we had just come back from a therapy session, and we're out in front of a mall. I'm taking him to something, and I have this. I don't buy great cars, so I have an old Toyota hatchback,
right?
And I had a switch in it so you couldn't steal it, and I could flip the switch, you couldn't start it,
right?
So my son and I are waiting for our car, and here comes Ivan Reitman and his wife in matching brand new $150,000 Mercedes. His little girl sits next to my son.
Right.
My son looks at what she's bought or something. She pulls her bag back, and she's like rude to him, right? Mm-hmm. I hear Reitman and his wife say, we're in a big hurry, this and that and the other. Here comes my car.
Oh, boy.
I get in the car and I flip that little switch and I go, and my car suddenly wouldn't start for like 20 minutes.
So you made them late.
Of course I did.
You didn't have your kid choke Ivan's kid, though, or
No, by the way, Ivan Reitman, I could have been a pile of dog shit in the middle of Sunset Boulevard. He had no idea who I was.
Right. Well,
and my little boy kept saying, Daddy, I think you hit that button under the dashboard. I said, shut up. Shut up. Hey, I tell you what, here's $5. Go strangle somebody at the sandbox.
If you could have your son strangle any celebrity, kill them.
No.
Would you?
No.
Who would it be?
There's no celebrity I want my son to kill. By the way,
if you could kill any celebrity, who would you want?
There's no celebrity.
Off the planet.
No, I'm not kidding you. There's no celebrity. I think if Johnny Knoxville had really gotten an acting career, I think he'd have been right up there.
He would have been really mad.
Did anybody see the great Louisiana movie, All the King's Men?
I missed that one.
Oh, Johnny Knoxville had a dramatic part in it. Okay.
How'd he do?
Terrible. It was the worst. Thank God.
Do you like at least when he does those stunts?
I like when he gets kicked by a mule and shit. Yeah.
You feel like that. All right.
You know what? Why don't they die, those people?
I don't know.
They don't
They're
ever
amazing.
die. Yeah.
It's amazing. I just saw a tape of Johnny jumping something.
Who's on the phone, by the way?
That's Ralph. Ralph had a question. Go ahead, Ralph.
Hey, a couple of things. First of all, you're wrong about Jon Stewart. He was really good on that on the Academy Awards. Mm-hmm. But it's great to
Wait
hear
a second. I had an opinion, and then you call me and tell me that I'm wrong about my own opinion?
Yeah, you are.
Well, you might have thought he was great. I think that he thinks he's so hysterical that you're laughing prior to him speaking, and I just said, just say the joke, and we'll decide whether it's funny or not.
I got to tell you, Jay, I've seen you work a crowd live to do a stand-up kind of situation. I think you'd be a terrific host for the Academy Awards. Oh. I think you could handle it.
Wait, who the fuck is Ralph? Oh, in the background. Who is Ralph?
No, I'm going, because you want to know something? Jay would be funny, but they couldn't handle it. Hollywood could not handle it.
I saw Jay at Don Buchwald's birthday party. He killed.
Think about that.
He would be the funniest.
Jay, we'd love you to do the Academy Awards. What have you done like it? Don Buchwald's birthday party?
Well, if you could work that, if you could make that funny, you could do
I do play big rooms and stuff. I'm always positive I'm not going to be funny, and I do what I'm going to do, but I don't think it's going to be. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to do it and let people decide.
But if your premise is that anyone in the world could be an actor, why are you upset when Johnny Knoxville becomes an actor?
Good point.
Because it's not. Shut the fuck up, Ralph.
All right, Ralph. Goodbye.
Good point.
All right, I'm done with him. Yeah.
In one way,
Ralph annoys everyone.
Oh, it's so hysterical.
You know what? I'll tell you something, and I know, and I'm sure all actors are like this. And I have a lot of friends that aren't working.
Go ahead.
You can't watch something and watch somebody do it, and you really want to be there. It's impossible.
Right.
And so when it happens, and they haven't gone through like the little. Like
the trials and tribulations.
Right, and I mean this about Greg Kinnear. I was absolutely wrong about the guy, right?
But you were upset. He was the host of Talk Soup, and all of a sudden now he's a big deal.
Exactly.
You had paid your dues. You had done radio. You had taken acting classes.
Even now, it's like you really wonder, but there is no reason for it. People say to me on the street...
Were you upset with Heath Ledger when he died? Because
I could give three shits. Oh, poor Heath Ledger, 28... had everything in the world and take too many pills and died. Fuck that guy.
By the way, they missed Brad Renfro in the whole rundown of who
he was a
died
nobody.
this
It'd be like
year.
if I died. Nobody gives a shit.
But I mean, that's how they are out there. Heath Ledger, if he hadn't just done, hadn't had an Academy Award nomination, he wouldn't have been there.
So, Jay, what you're saying is a guy like that's lucky. In other words, you've been waiting for the big break your whole life.
No, but I've had a ton of breaks.
Yeah, but
I've had every chance you can have.
Yeah.
And no one can say that I didn't get to every spot you can get to. There is no reason why people make it and no reason why people don't.
Right.
If you do stupid stuff and get caught drunk driving and all that, and you don't, okay, that's understandable. Except now, like Amy Winehouse, when they were giving her the Grammys, I said, this will cause, what this says to her is, you're a heroin addict, wherever she is. Mm-hmm. It's okay. And we're going to give you awards. You saw what she did the other day? Tore the hotel room up and all.
She went berserk again.
Absolutely. I think that when you work with people and they just came off the drunk tank and shit, and you go, wait a minute, don't pay them full fucking fare and don't give them fucking awards and shit.
It encourages bad behavior. Josh, go ahead. You're on the air with Jay Thomas.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Jay is the biggest fucking asshole you've ever had on your entire show.
How can you say that?
That doesn't bother me because it's your opinion. So.
He's so great here. He's imparting a lot of wisdom.
He's making some sense.
He's making some sense here today.
I've hurt myself career-wise, but, I mean, how long do I have to wait for this thing to really take off anyway?
How old are you now?
I'm getting old.
Are you? Do you ever give your age, or you keep
No, never.
Never.
Because you still want those
leading man roles?
No. There's always there's always that hope they'll let me play 50 again.
Right. Any chance of that happening, please give a call. Yes, Josh, what's your point?
Yeah, I think Jay is still bitter about getting kicked off Cheers, and that's why he changed his whole act to be a bad Kathy Griffith act.
Yes, I agree with that.
You're so out of line with that comment.
That doesn't bother me.
It bothers me. I don't like it at all.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't mind other people's true opinion. It doesn't bother me.
You are one of the few guests that refreshingly has answers for every question I give them, and you talk about your life, and you talk about what goes on in Hollywood. It's very refreshing. Ian, you're on in Albany.
Hey now, Howard. How you doing?
Hey now.
I got two things. One,
now, hey now, is that a big saying here?
Hey now, we love Larry Sanders.
Yes.
We love the Hank character.
Yes.
He always says hey now, and we love hey now.
And you say hey now.
I say it in my personal life.
I see.
Hey now. I go hey now.
It's almost like the chant, Namneo Rangier.
What's funny about it is someone called me about a year ago and said, do you know that fucking Larry Sanders show rips off your hey now? I said, no. You have it all backward. It's a tribute.
Ralph says it more than you.
Ralph says hey now.
Every 2 seconds.
Hey now.
Totally identified.
Now, who is this? Ian from...
This is Ian from Albany. Go ahead.
Hell yes, Ian from Albany.
One, I just want to thank Artie for helping to save my life. I had a bad opiate addiction, and him bringing up Subutex, I looked it up on the internet and went to my doctor and got Suboxone, and I've been clean now for a while. So
you took something that makes you stoned, but it's not an opiate.
Right.
It blocks the high. It doesn't get you stoned.
Why would you want to block a high?
Well, because you get high too much.
Really?
When you're getting high on heroin, you need something to...
Really, to block it? I see. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm
God, are you on heroin, really?
I was.
Jesus, that's wild.
Want to get out of the room now?
No, that's crazy.
All right. Ian,
heroin
what
and
is
shit.
your...
I love all that.
Have you ever done heroin?
Did brown?
Well,
you know what brown is? You mix it with gunpowder. You mix either heroin or coke with gunpowder and you snort it.
God, I've never...
Why would you do that?
They do it to the kids in Africa before they send them out to, kill people.
What does the gunpowder do?
It makes them want to shoot, I guess. I don't know.
No, seriously, you ever heard of mixing?
I know. I never heard.
Brown.
That sounds like something like Skinner would do on the road.
I had one of those. I had a kid on. He's like famous now, who was one of these little murderous children, one of these murderous African kids, and a woman in Ohio adopted him. He's like a college student now, and they're saying the book may not be true, but we had him on, and he talked about they would load him up with brown, which was cocaine or heroin or something, and gunpowder, and then indoctrinate him, and it's like blood diamonds.
Wow.
Yeah, brown.
All right,
Wow.
Ian.
Ian, don't try that, okay?
Ian, if you had a point, what is your point?
I just wanted to also say how refreshing it is to hear Jay come on the air and truly speak his mind instead of this canned bullshit that celebrities usually say.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's not helping me. And I mean, Don probably doesn't like my wife.
Keeping your mouth shut hasn't helped.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, so maybe go this route. That's it.
Try this for a while.
All right, let's
I used to make fun of Robin Williams, and then I heard they were redoing the Mork and Mindy movie.
Yeah.
And I've said he's the greatest guy in the world. I'd give anything to be Remo Da Vinci one more time.
That Remo Da Vinci character. Do you know that that's my code name when I stay in a hotel? Remo Da Vinci.
It's the greatest name in the world.
Absolutely. Don't use that name, Robin.
All right, I can't.
All right, listen, Jay Thomas, you are a
Thank you.
fresh breath.
It's always
of air.
fun to be here.
Air what?
Thank you.
You're a breath of fresh air.
I am not joking, though, about thinking of Fred the other night when they were doing the sound effects.
Yes.
I thought, well, this is like Fred winning it, which Fred would deserve an award
I thought
because of the longevity he's had.
I thought Fred blew it yesterday when I asked him to do the impression sound
We put
effects
the spotlight on him.
of me masturbating quickly. He choked a little bit.
There's no sound effect of that?
Well, he
Can you do it today, Fred?
Yes. Fred, I'm going to slam.
What is it?
It was, no, not that.
What is that?
I said, Fred, I slammed the door. I began to jerk off, and I came in 3 seconds. And he was a little slow on it. So, Fred, redeem yourself now. Go ahead, if you would. There you go. All right, that's it.
Academy Award nomination.
Jay Thomas, as I said.
That was good.
Thanks a lot.
I somehow put the word fresh, breath of air, somehow in
And
the
you know
sentence,
what?
and it goes-
I had, even the guy they call away Kathy Griffin. What's amazing is that when we watch television or the movies and we read about these people, the sad thing is they're not bright and they should not be the leaders of kids or anything else. We should just watch them.
Right.
They're lucky to have the fucking job.
We worship them too much.
Absolutely.
That's
And
your message today.
absolutely. We worship people that aren't bright too much.
But
The
what does that
writers should have
say
been
to you?
given everything they wanted, because without them, you could put all of these actors in a room and they couldn't make a show.
So
But
when
what
you
does
when
that
you
say
so
to
when
you,
you
Jay?
so when you scabbed on the Jimmy Kimmel show, did you feel bad?
No. You know what? I don't even think writers could help Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, you know,
Stop it.
he's funny on his own.
Right.
He does fine. I don't know the difference between a writer and not a
I
writer.
understand. I'm pulling your leg. And I like
Jay,
Jimmy very
when
much.
And Jay Leno, I didn't have a movie or anything to promote, and Jay Leno hadn't had me on in 8 or 10 years.
Jay wanted you on because no one else would do the show, and it's insulting to you.
And he did fine.
Right.
He did fine and beat the shit. I'm sure Letterman's even more miserable than he was.
Do you think Letterman's going berserk over that? I mean, I think for sure he thought with his writers he would beat Jay Leno.
I guess Letterman goes berserk over a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
You do the Letterman show.
Yeah, I've been one of his guys for a long time. I'm as comfortable with him as I am with you.
Right.
I'm okay with Jay Leno, and I was okay with Jimmy, but some people I'm just more comfortable with.
All right.
But, you know, a lot of people could have seen you on Leno.
Yeah, but you know what? Out of all the shows I've done, no one ever picked the phone up and went, the guy Warren Zide heard me on here and called me up and put me in the movie. So there you go.
Why does everybody hear everyone on this show and put them in
Except
movies
us.
except me? No one puts me in the movie.
Because you have to be in a movie. You're specific. You're like a specific. If you quit this and said, I'm going to be an actor.
No, I've been offered a lot of roles. I have turned
You
them down.
have?
Yeah, I've turned
Like
them
what?
down.
What beside being a DJ have you been offered?
What's that movie I told you I turned down with?
Man of the Year.
There
Man
will
of
be
the
blood.
Year.
President.
I was going to do that with Barry
Man of the
Levinson.
Year.
What were you going to be?
I was the lead.
Well, you'd have done better. Who was it? Robin Williams?
Yeah.
He was awful in that. Oh, I'm sorry. He was fantastic in that.
You forgot. You want that job.
Yeah,
I
how
want
could
that
you have
remote.
gotten that job from Robin
I've been
Williams?
offered a lot of movies. I would like to
You're
play.
too tall.
No.
They'd have to have all the
I
actors
was
on
in
boxes.
a movie. I did it. I was actually offered the role of Edith Piaf. But I couldn't pee on the stage. I have a problem with that.
Yeah, they put
You don't pee on demand?
I can't pee. I don't know. They were going to put a rig in there and the whole thing. Listen, Final
Well, why don't you do movies? Why would you turn?
I should do it. I've turned down movies because I actually think I need to be in a good one. There are movies that...
you wouldn't be in Pool Boy?
No. I've never seen Pool Boy. In other words, my fans have an expectation after Private Parts. I don't make my living as an actor, so I would have to do something that was really good. I could not be in something sort of mediocre.
Well, you know...
An actor has to act. I don't have
As an actor, there are billions of people that have watched me act, don't know I'm in the radio business. Right. And people on the radio barely know I'm an actor. So
I'm hoping for a Law and Order job, an episode of that.
Have you ever done that?
No, I've been offered a lot of TV shows and stuff to do that kind of thing. And
but y'all are so, you know what? Why are you so fucking protective about yourself? Who gives a shit?
That's why I'm very successful.
Yeah, but the radio made you successful.
Right.
Just go do that other shit.
No.
You're afraid they'll say you're bad or something?
Well, no, I'm afraid to be in something bad.
Why?
Because I want to be in something good.
Look at me. I've been in tons of bad shit.
That's my point.
No, but it's not it's the way it is. It's like when you act, you can't.
I'm not an actor, so I don't have that pressure to constantly act. I would do something if I thought it was really good.
That's like winning the lottery. Right. It's like buying a lottery ticket and thinking that you're going to win, picking a movie that you think is going to be good.
Yeah. That's exactly
so you will never work.
No, I will work. I did Private Parts. That was when I did it.
That's personal, and it was good. And
right.
Yeah.
And if I see a script that I like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Man of the Year didn't make you laugh.
I liked Man of the Year. In fact, when Barry and I met, we were going to. I had certain ideas and things that I wanted to rewrite into that. I think it would have been a good movie the way we were planning to do it. I was just signing my deal with Sirius, and I was not fitting into his time frame. That's the only reason I didn't do it. If I could have fit into the time frame, I think we would have had a killer movie.
And the Man of the Year was a comedian who ends up being the president.
That's right.
Right.
Well, that is kind of like you could have played yourself as the big radio host.
You could always say there's something of yourself in every character.
Really?
Except for the pedophile role you took.
How much do you think of John Adams is in Paul Giamatti?
Well, come on. I mean, I'm talking about...
I'm asking.
I don't know.
John Adams, for Christ's sake.
But he's still Paul Giamatti.
Well, you know what? If John Adams came back, he wouldn't recognize himself.
It's true. It's like I'm looking at Giamatti, who I think is a great actor.
Who are you endorsing in the next election? Quickly.
I voted for Obama because I think it's funny. I think it's hysterical.
He'll be good material?
Yeah, you know what? I have a T-shirt I'm selling that says, it's little tiny letters. It says Barack Hussein, Obama. I think that's hysterical. I think when he's elected, the Africans will think we elected a guy from Kenya. His father was a goat herder.
Yeah.
And then his mother used to hang around a rec room in Hawaii, Honolulu, marry various people of color when they came in the room. And she did. It's the truth. And then
how many husbands does she have?
2 or 3. And then I think that the Middle East, I mean, you talk about dumb. Al Jazeera will announce that Barack Hussein Obama is elected. They'll think that we came over to their side, and that's it.
And it'll all be over.
It'll all be over.
Yeah.
Why don't you host a game show like Howie Mandel?
I've tried game shows.
Didn't work for you.
No, I've done pilots and everything else. I like to fool around. They think the game's important. That's the problem.
See, that's your problem. You're reading the situation wrong. The game is important. You are not
That's
important.
your game show host.
You can't get in the way of the game.
And Howie said the same thing. The hardest thing to do is to just
tone it down.
I saw that model number 27 was doing a movie the other day. You talk about, and they put that in the movie thing. Darlene, model 27 from the thing.
It's got to make you angry.
Oh, Jesus.
Jay Thomas,
Thank you very much.
You are hilarious.
Thank you.
You are special.
Yeah.
And don't give up on yourself. It's going to happen.
You know what? I can't. I'm a baby boomer. I'm going to get some money from the government soon.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. Yes, soon you'll be
Thank y'all very much.
Check out the Jay Thomas Show weekday afternoons from 3 to 5 on Sirius.
3 to 6. 3 to
6. Excuse me. 3-hour show. I'm interested in a 3-hour show.
You know what I really want to do? I want to have a talk show on one of the news channels, not on the regular television.
Like the cable.
On Fox or something like that. I'd
like a Bill O'Reilly or
that's exactly what I'd like to do. I think that makes you more important than any actor or anything else.
Absolutely.
I think that's what people give a shit about today.
I'm hoping
You'd be
you get
good
it.
at that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, everyone knows you'd be good at that. All right, thank you. All right, Jay.
In case some executive is listening, instead of trying for like a movie, call up if you produce a television show.
And Jay will do a show where he'll announce that the hurricane was good.
There you go. Oh my God, they'll get people talking.
We'll be back right after these words. Sunday morning to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And I'm sitting at home, and my mother calls me, thank you for the flowers. They're beautiful, and my daughter took me to lunch and having a wonderful Mother's Day. And wonderful. You know, so we went through our conversation, and then she goes, your father wants to speak to you. Now, that's always a big deal because my father never really speaks to me that much.
It's almost like there's an announcement and then your father appears.
The weird thing is you hear my dad in the background. I guess what goes on is both of them can't hear anymore that much. And my mom won't even consider getting a hearing aid. My dad has a hearing aid, but it doesn't seem to change anything. And
that's nice.
He decides he wants to speak to me. So I'll be talking to my mother. This is what you hear. It sounds something like this. Yeah, Ma, so what? Wonderful Mother's Day. Your sister took me to lunch. I was there with Pam and Sharon. And in the background, you just start to hear like shit going on. And then you hear, look, I want to talk to him. I don't even know if he knows my name. I don't even think he says, hey, I want to talk to him.
Harold.
And she can't hear him in the background. Let me have the phone when you're done. Let me talk to her. and you, what, Ben? Talk to her about your father. He wants to talk. My mother starts getting nervous. Your father wants to talk to you.
It's like a big event.
Yeah. Well, wait. I'll hold on.
Hold the presses.
Yeah. Stop the presses.
And that's got to mean he's got a definite opinion about something.
Yeah, like there's something
not
burning.
To say like I love you. Or something.
No, it was something like burning on his mind. So I knew it was big. He goes. I was watching television. Did you see it? I go, what? Did you see it? I go, see what? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I was watching television. I tuned by the Met game. And they mentioned your name. I said, they mentioned my name on the Met game. I don't even know. I go, all right. I go, Gary threw out the first pitch. He's been really nervous. My father doesn't even hear anything. He just goes, barrels on. He goes, look, so I never saw a pitch so horrible. I go, what? He goes, I never saw when they would show a pitch on TV like this. I tuned by, and they're talking about Howard Stern's producer threw out the first pitch. He says, you never saw a ball thrown like this. I go, oh, my God, Dad. And my father can't even have a conversation, but I go, oh, my God, do you know Gary was throwing out the first pitch? His worst nightmare is that the pitch would be wild. He goes, wild? I never saw a pitch like this in my life. Now my father's goofing on Gary. And I'm like,
oh, my goodness.
I said, you don't know how unbelievable this is because this is Gary's worst nightmare.
He literally talked himself into his worst nightmare.
Yeah. I said, this is his worst nightmare. I mean, I go, you're telling me it was awful? Now I'm getting like full of glee because if it was a good pitch, we'd be done.
Yeah, it'd be over.
Now I'm smelling the first 2 hours of the show are going to be fantastic because Gary's pitch was, he goes, it was unbelievable.
The man is right.
So
the man is right.
I immediately watched it. And, I said, I have it right here. You have it there.
He's like, send it to me.
Yeah, right. Like,
he wants to remember
He couldn't believe it. Well, I watched the pitch, and Beth looks at me and goes, he threw it like a girl. No. So I go, what do you mean? She goes, I guarantee you I can throw better than that. She goes, my father, we used to go out and throw balls all the time. She's the first time. Her father was such a stickler for sports. I mean, she has two brothers who were both full scholarships for sports.
Like Penn State type stuff.
Yeah. Penn State, full scholarship for football and basketball at University of Vermont. And, full ride, didn't have to pay for college. And she said, my dad used to, I would cry. He'd make me put on a glove. This is Beth. And she says he would throw balls at me until I would catch it. She said the first ball hit me in the head.
Oh.
And he made me stand there and keep. And he was like one of those sports dads.
Yeah. Like the great Santini.
And she said I was always grateful in a weird way because she goes, I could always play any sport and throw a ball. And I said, yeah. I said, I don't know what happened with this guy. She goes, I've never seen a pitch like this.
And he supposedly can throw a pitch, right?
So
I don't know who told him that.
So we're drinking a bottle of wine at the house.
You're on that dead end street still, huh?
Yeah, I'm still drinking. I'm sorry, Artie. And I got to. I'm moving 2 guys in with me to watch me full time.
Why don't you make your own grave over there?
Yeah. So anyway, and by the way, when I saw the pitch, I saw Artie was standing right there next to the catcher.
Oh, Artie did show up.
I showed
He
up.
was down on the field.
Oh, I showed up.
And I said, "Where were your 2 bodyguards?"
One was Joe was right next to me.
he was.
Look at it. You see me and Joe laugh like we're watching.
I got upset. I thought you were on your own.
No,
He escaped.
no, Joe was with me.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because that's a place to score, Shea Stadium, or whatever stadium that's called now.
Oh no, City Field.
City Field.
Believe me, the neighborhood outside City Field is the same as it was outside Shea Stadium.
Right.
It looks like it's a bunch of chop shops for cars, though.
Yeah, so I'm watching this thing and I go, oh my God, Artie's there at the game. And I mean, it must have been unbelievable. So now now the first thing I do is Beth is on Facebook. I said, can you go to Gary's page? So I said, let's leave some messages.
Oh, God.
I go, we go, hey, we really loved your pitch. And I don't know, I wrote some other things. I go, oh, then I see that Gary Thursday night was at the Bruce Springsteen show in Toronto.
Oh.
He flew there with Ross. I mean, Ross ought to go have his head examined, and so should Gary. So I wrote on his thing, oh, in Toronto Thursday, maybe if you stayed home and got some sleep, you wouldn't have pitched so fucking bad.
Yeah, you shouldn't be traveling when you have to pitch.
Gary sang the first song at the Springsteen concert, and it was shit as well.
Yeah, I bet. So all of a sudden, I'm goofing, and I said, so Beth and I go, I got to call Gary. I called Gary. I go, oh, what happened? He goes, I'm on my 2nd Scotch bowl.
Yeah, he started getting loaded.
He was getting loaded. And
I had to
drinking.
leave.
It was unbelievable.
Really? He was that devastated that now he had to get drunk?
He had to get drunk.
Some fortitude.
I go, that was your worst nightmare? He goes, I don't know why I did it. So I didn't want to start busting his balls too bad.
Right then, yeah.
I watched this pitch. I wrote to Sal and Richard. I said, find that kid who does the animation for us. Kevin Lofton.
Yeah, Kevin Lofton.
I say, find him. I said, so follow the trajectory of the ball. After it leaves the stadium, where does it ends up in outer space? But you see it, you go with it all when it's orbiting the Earth, the pitch.
Space junk now.
I mean, it was unbelievably bad.
It was
Where
a double.
did it go?
Well, it was a double whammy because, first of all, I wish I would have played catch with Gary because I love Gary to death. But someone's misinforming him. He can't throw. He throws like a chick.
Oh,
and
that's what
I would have played catch with him for 2 seconds and begged him not to do it. I would have said, I said, I'll teach you how to call in sick or something. You know? I mean, you can't do it because he throws like he didn't play high school ball.
But that's why he was nervous, because you're right. He claims he can throw a ball.
He can't. He can't throw a ball. No, he can't. I would have known it. John Hine is not his friend because John let him believe he can. Anyone who plays catch with the guy, I said 2 pitches, I could have figured out he can't throw a ball.
What is he doing wrong?
I don't know. What does my sister do wrong when she throws it? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing when you play catch with a fucking broad. Sometimes chicks go, let's play catch, and you're always running after the ball. They never reach you, and and the poor catcher for the fucking Mets. Every fucking home game, there's another jerk off throwing out the first pitch, and this guy's
get killed.
Yeah, but no, not killed. I mean, it was a double fuck up because Gary threw the ball incredibly soft and gay,
right?
And nowhere near the umpire had to get it. The umpire had to fucking get it.
The umpire caught the ball.
The umpire had to catch the ball because the catcher's like, I'm not getting up. I got to fucking catch a game now.
Did the umpire actually catch the ball, or did he like?
He just go get it.
He had to go get it. Ball was not there, ball.
Me and Robert Smigel were there. I said to Smigel, I said, what a great day. We just saw Lance Bass throw out the first pitch.
Was the umpire cracking up?
The whole stadium was laughing.
Oh my God! First of all, they were Baba booing.
Right.
Every other word was fag. And that was just for me and Joe.
Oh, my God.
I mean, look.
Because I said to Gary when I called him, I go, what did Artie say? He goes, Artie just, hit me on the back, and he basically said, better luck next time or something. So you were, like, saving it up for the... Everyone, you know what? Here this morning, nobody would talk to Gary. Like, Will wouldn't talk to no one because, Gary says to me, oh, my God. He goes, do you notice no one's talking to me? I go, Gary, they're all waiting and saving it for the air. Listen to this. The Daily News called Gary's pitch the most embarrassing ceremonial first pitch in baseball history.
Howard, some broad who I've never heard of sang the national anthem. Yeah. She looked like a Britney Spears or something. Right. She should have thrown out the first pitch.
She would have done a better job.
And I was trying to justify what Gary did. It was Autism Awareness Day.
You should have said he had autism.
I said Gary was nice. He threw out the pitch like he's autistic.
Yeah, he wanted the kids to feel good about themselves. Will, it was obvious you weren't even talking to them.
It was great. I brought my whole family, went out to the game on Saturday.
Philly fans.
I just wanted to see him throw that pitch.
And by the way, we should mention, because it was Autism Day, Gary had brought in about 100 listeners to watch him throw the first pitch.
First of all, Gary did an incredibly nice thing. Gary probably raised a shitload of money for charity. It was a charity thing, and he made the ultimate sacrifice. He looked like a fruit.
What did Gary's son say?
I don't know. I just saw Gary put his head down. He was like so embarrassed.
First of all, Gary's kids are the nicest fucking kids. Mary's great.
Did they feel bad?
Lucas is such a sweet kid. He came up to me before the pitch and said to me, Artie, I love my dad, but if he screws up, you got to make fun of him. That's what he said to me.
Right.
After the pitch, he saw how sad his father was. And the sweetest thing happened in the suite we had. He came back up to me and, like, dead serious, he goes, please don't be too hard on my father. So I promised him, but Lucas, you're learning something about life right now. I have a job. I got to do it. I'm making money.
You made a deal with a drug addict, Lucas. They don't tell you the truth.
This is the way it usually goes with that.
But he should have let Jackson throw it out. Because Jackson even said to me, you could tell he's a good athlete, and he said, I want to throw it out. I would love to. Like, he was ready to go.
And by the way, Sal is in the hallway for the TV cameras mimicking Gary's first pitch before we get to Will.
What's he throwing, like Sal?
Let's see. Oh, there it is. He's got the Gary mask on. You're throwing it too good. Oh, you're winding up. Okay. Take a shot put.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Wow.
When Sal does that, that's funny. That should be Sal's stand-up act.
I mean, when I heard Will was there, I'm thinking, like, it's all Philly fans, like, in this family.
I was with every penny.
What happened when you were in the stands, you were watching?
Yeah, we were way back in the outfield, so I had a bad angle for it. So he throws the ball, and you're like, oh, okay, it's going to reach the plate. He actually threw it far enough.
Right.
But then it hits the umpire, who's about 5 feet right of the batter's box. You're like, is it even physically possible to throw the ball that badly? But then you could just see he was, like, crushed. John Main's pushing him off the mound. He's like, get out of here, asshole. This is funny.
Wow.
He was crushed. Gary's face.
And it's humiliating because the fans start to boo you, right?
Yeah, well, listen, Met fans are, first of all, self-loathing people.
Right.
Because I thought I was going to catch a lot of shit. But every Met fan I saw said, Artie, we love you. You're right, we are fags. But I have my list that maybe we should make lists. I'm definitely going to do my gayest Met list.
Right.
And Gary's in the honorary gayest Met.
Ralph, you're on the air. Did you see the pitch?
I thought Star Trek was good.
You better.
He threw like a Star Trek fan.
How do you... I don't understand, like, how did it, like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I mean, with all that, first of all, and then
he
Gary...
had a pitching coach.
That's nothing. You don't even know the half of it. When I spoke to Gary and he was drinking scotch on Saturday night after this fiasco, I said, what's going on? He goes, he had hired a psychologist.
Oh, get out of here.
To work through it with him.
Fire that guy.
He hired a guy to do 100 pitches with him, a pitching coach, and Gary goes, I don't know. I threw 95 of those pitches perfectly, and then 5 of them went bad, and now I'm focused on the 5 that went bad. So then he hired the psychologist to work
get
through
that
with
out
him.
of his head.
He should have had the psychologist throw out the pitch.
But what you're telling me, Artie, is Gary doesn't know how to throw. He should have had the psychologist.
He doesn't. I'm telling you, I could tell I played baseball for a long time.
Right.
And I played like hardball. I played in the fast pitch league for a while. And I know what it's like. You play catch with a guy, you could tell, okay, this guy knows how to throw a ball.
Right.
And I'm telling you, if I played catch with Gary, I could have told him, don't do it, man. Just like I would have told Chris Rock not to do it when he fucking did it. Like, I don't think Chris Rock is as funny anymore.
Was Gary's worse than Chris Rock?
Yes. I think it was the worst pitch in the history. I mean, the Met players and fans, everybody around in the suite. I mean, you know, the autistic kids were going, "Wow!" Sebastian Bach was there.
Yeah.
First of all, the Sebastian Bach had the line of the day.
What did he say?
Sebastian Bach sang 3 songs before the game, and no one was listening to him.
Right.
Well, I thought he sounded pretty good.
Right.
And afterwards, we see him, and you know, he's like one of those, dude, what's up?
Yeah, he's a heavy metal guy.
Yeah, right, heavy metal guy.
Yeah.
The lead singer of Skid Row in the 80s. But he goes, all I know is Gary threw worse than I sang.
That's the ultimate insult.
Thank God for Gary, is what he's saying.
There was like, we all
He threw worse than I sang.
We all took a picture.
Do you know the Daily News? I mean, for the Daily News newspaper to say,
comment even on a picture.
I mean, to say it's the single most embarrassing moment in the history of first pitches.
Yeah.
In the history of the Mets? You know how many embarrassing moments the Mets have?
Oh, here it is. Gary Dell'Abate, we all know him as Baba Booey from the Howard Stern Show, delivered what has to be the most embarrassing ceremonial first pitch in baseball history Saturday. He had been talking for weeks on the Stern Show about doing this, and Saturday he finally got his shot. The video is below, pretty bad. He may actually be better than Perez and Green combined. If you look closely, you can see Stern sidekick Artie Lang, a Met hater, to the far left during the pitch. In all seriousness, Dell'Abate, a Mets fan, was at Citi Field, the Celebrity Gifts for Autism Awareness Day, which is a great cause, one that's dear to my heart. Good job, Gary, on that. But the single
but don't
most...
pitch.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to remember why he was there.
That was from the Daily News, Howard?
Daily News.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let me check that.
You see, you know...
Yeah, Daily News.
I love.
Seriously, I think I'm absolutely sure I could do better.
Well, actually, Ralph, after that pitch, you should worry about your job. I think Gary should be picking out Howard's clothes.
I mean, what was that? What? I mean,
Howard,
first of all, so in other words, what I'm learning is Gary doesn't know he can't throw.
Yeah, and a lot of people. But you know how everyone thinks they're funny?
Right.
You know what I mean? My buddy's the funniest guy, and then you meet him and you want to punch him in the face.
Right.
There's a ton of guys who think they can throw, and they think they're athletes.
Artie, listen. He didn't even come close to the plate.
I understand, Ralph, but I'm sure Gary could at one time in his life throw. I'm sure he remembers being in the 8th grade, throwing the ball and being good. But Gary's had such a different life than playing ball for so long.
About throw like he's a pitcher, he's a sportsman or something.
You can forget to throw?
Yeah,
I think you can, sure.
You get to hit the guy you're throwing at.
Well, I mean, you know.
Maybe Gary thought the umpire was the catcher. Gary, the single worst. Do you think yours was worse than Chris Rock even?
Gary.
No, okay, so mine wasn't worse than Chris Rock because mine stayed in the frame. You know, Chris Rock went out. And by the way, I would love to have Chris Rock's publicist because you can't find a video of that anywhere.
Is that true?
You can, Howard. I searched high and low on the internet. They must have had it scrubbed.
It's not on YouTube?
Nope, not on YouTube. Nowhere.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Seriously, if somebody's got it.
You were freaking out, too. You said to me, I don't understand how they're showing this on TV over. They never show the first pitch, and yet they were showing it everywhere. In fact, here, wait, let me play these for you.
It's the most popular thing on YouTube.
Wait, let me play this. Yeah, Howard TV has video of the throw, by the way. Here's the...
let me see it again.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah, here it is.
This is like watching...
Why did you do this?
Well, first of all, there's a couple of things going on. I'll let you...
What happened?
I swear to God I can throw, and I swear to God that the way that looks like I can't throw.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what was going on. No, I'm gonna tell you.
No, explain it.
I'll explain it to you as best I can.
Like, do you know right away that was the right after you released it? When do you realize this is going horribly wrong?
So here's a few things that are going on. I can throw better than that. I promise you.
Right.
So I'm standing on the side.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
No, I got you. I knew it was one pitch. So I'm standing on the side, and I've got like 8 minutes before I have to go out there. I'm just getting more and more nervous, nervous. I start to do that thing that I do. You know how
your lips?
No, dry heave.
Oh,
You know, like when I get really nervous, I start to cough like I'm going to throw up.
Oh.
Gee, I didn't even know about that disgusting.
Oh, you didn't?
I thought you meant licking your lips and teeth.
No. I start to get the dry heaves.
Wow.
So I'm doing it on the side, and the guy that's with me from the Mets is looking at me like I'm out of my fucking mind.
Right.
When I get it, so I've been given so much advice from so many different people. Some people say, just go out and throw it, don't
what
pitch.
kind of advice are they
No,
giving
some people
you?
say, just go out and throw it and don't pitch. And some people say, go and pitch. And what that was a bad combination of me saying, I'll pitch, and at the last minute go, no, I'll just throw it. You know what I mean?
It was a bad combination of gay guy and chick.
Right. Listen, I can't.
Did Artie bust your balls there, or you saved it for now?
I saved it for now.
Yeah, right. That was smart.
I'm an 8-year veteran on the show now. I know what to do.
Why waste your time there? No one can hear it.
I asked Smigel to call me with any joke he had.
What did Smigel say once it went down?
He was just laughing. I mean, he said, Smigel said, he goes, listen, I love Gary, but what is he worth? He's Baba Booey. It's fucked either way.
How bad, so once you release the ball, and you see the umpire trying to, chase it down, what are you thinking at this point?
I'm thinking that this is what I was afraid of. This was it. This was all of it put together, the worst of the worst. I mean, you start thinking of all the things you don't want to do. You don't want to throw it over the head. You don't want to bounce it.
I mean, for my father to call me.
No, your father was the least who called me.
Oh, my God. Who called you?
Well, it's always funny who wants to be the first to give you bad news.
Yeah, I was pretty much the first one on your face.
I got a lot of texts.
The first person to give you bad news is your arm.
Right. A lot of people were texting me. Yeah. I got about a dozen texts from Booker. It started with, hey, heard it didn't go well. Hey, that's okay. I did it once. And then around the 8th or 9th one, it's about 6:30 at night. I'm drinking, and it just goes, dude, you're on the news. That's what the text says.
Yeah. Wait, who sent you that?
Booker.
Oh, Booker.
Hey, at least you made the news, man.
Yeah, that's
true. Yeah, if you had thrown out a perfect pitch, it would have been over.
You're way more famous than you were the other day.
This is a bit of a montage of. This is just different newscasts picking up the story.
Wow.
Which is unbelievable. Yeah, because Gary was like. This thing won't be seen. It's not going to come around.
Yeah,
blah,
I was
blah,
going
blah.
to say, you didn't think it was going to be this big.
No, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Once I saw how bad it was, I thought. I thought. Listen, here's what happened.
This is Star Wars big.
Here's what happened. So here's what happened. So it's a bad pitch. We all know it's a bad pitch. I'm bummed out, but still, in my mind, it's within the Howard Stern universe.
Right.
Meaning, you come to work on Monday, you guys make fun of me, we show it, we put it on the TV show and everybody sees it.
Jeff Currow might yell at you.
Right. Yeah, all right. So and the listeners are there, but listen, the place only holds 40,000. You know what I mean? So what happens is during the game, this guy Kevin Burkhardt is a really nice guy. He interviews me during the game, and then they show it. When they show it, my heart just stopped, because then I realized now it's been taken out of the Howard Stern universe.
It's on everywhere.
And sent to the world.
Right.
And then like yesterday before the game, Jackson puts the game on every day. And before the game, that mayor of Cincinnati that threw like the worst pitch ever? I turn on the game, it's 12:59, and I see they're doing a side by side.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. But here's the worst. Here's the worst part of the whole
This is
thing.
one of the worst catastrophes I've ever seen.
And they say it's close.
Wouldn't it be cool if Major League Baseball started to use this clip like in an opening montage for every single game?
Like it became like a
like,
wide world of sports.
This week in fags.
So they decided that as bad as mine was, it's pretty bad, but not quite as bad as the mayor of Cincinnati, but it's very close.
Right.
So I realize now that for all eternity, I'm the second worst pitch. The
You're
worst
linked
pitch
to
in
him.
New York, the second worst pitch, and I'm linked to the mayor of Cincinnati.
This might make Jackson a Yankee fan.
Well, all of this is going on the whole weekend, like leading up to this. Mary's like getting mad at me, even like the couple of days before the game.
Because you're stressed out.
I'm stressed out. I'm ruining everything, and
because Beth said to me, "How will Mary be about this?" I said, "Mary's a real ball buster. She's not going to sit and give him any compassion."
No, so
She shouldn't. I mean, this is ridiculous.
So it's the whole thing.
He embarrassed the whole family.
Have Mary and your sons been relocated yet? Aren't they in the witness protection program?
So,
all right, here's your new name.
So we get home on Saturday, and I'm really bummed out. Mary's like,
God, like I've been putting up with this for 2 weeks. Is this going to go on now?
Right.
I go, Mary, it's all over the fucking news.
Yeah.
She goes, who gives a shit? Like, really, what do you care? You did a great thing
you're
for
a
autism.
man.
And I'm like, you're a woman. You do not understand what this means.
And she goes, you're a woman too.
So yesterday,
how do you understand what it means?
So yesterday at 1 o'clock after this thing is on TV,
right?
Wow. I just hang my head and I go in my office and I'm in there, and she just comes in and she goes, "So you're gonna ruin Mother's Day?" She goes, "This is what it's gonna be. She goes, "This is my day, and now it's all about you."
Oh my God, you're really. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is way up there, right?
Oh my God, no,
Yeah.
it's
a disaster.
Howard, the Met fans were so brutal because we were on the field,
right?
And Gary was ahead of me, and me and Joe were walking by. All these fans stopped to tell me what to say on the show. Like they would tell me their names. These two brothers came up to me and said, Artie, tell Gary that Jake and Chubba from Queens says he's a fag.
Can I just say you could not have done a better job?
Thank you, Ralph.
Yeah, this is the greatest for the show. I mean, it's
Gary fucked up at the ball game. Looked like a dope in front of the crowd. Threw like a sissy, and that's a fact. His throw should be considered a homosexual act. So let's boo. Boo, boo, ba, ba, boo. He should be spanked by Hal McRae. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 times you're gay when you throw 20 feet from home plate.
I can't do it. I'm too stupid. I just can't figure it out, I swear. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm an idiot. I'm a friggin' idiot. Go fuck yourself. Shut up, asshole. Fuck you, you white asshole.
Fuck you, you white asshole.
You white asshole.
What was that?
Richard, by the way, Richard, I guess definitely grew up in Kansas because the one player he put in there is from
Hal McRae.
the 1977 Royals.
Hey, this is sweet. Gary's kids are on the phone. They want to make him feel better. Hey, Gary's kids. Oh, that's mean. Kids, what do you think of your dad? All right, they can't stop
That sounds like Jake and Chubba from Queens.
Howard, here's how you know it's really, really bad. I get a text. I'm going to pick up my mother to bring her home for Mother's Day. I get a text on my phone, and it says, sorry about the first pitch. How are you doing? And you know how people text you and you don't know who it is?
Right. Yeah.
So I go, who sent this? Because they should put their name on it. So what I usually do is I hit the button to dial it, and then I usually get the person's voicemail. It was the owner of the Mets.
Oh,
it was Jeff Wilpon.
Oh,
You're
my
kidding me.
I sort of know him.
Oh,
but he's just like, he wanted to see how I was doing.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
By the way, they announced the game in Spanish. You could even hear during Gary's first pitch they reference it.
Pero primero, aquí está Gary Dell'Abate del Howard Stern Show para tirar la primera pelota del juego.
Please welcome Gary Dell'Abate.
También lo conoces como Baba Booey. Y ahí va. A la puchica, este pendejo Monkey Boy no puede tirar para nada. Quizás con ese gran peso de su tooth and gums enorme, su balance ya está todo chiflado. Los otros jugadores ya casi están cayendo por el ass breath que tiene este hombre. Ahí va ese Neanderthal jungle creature, ¿oímos? Todo el mundo. Y ya vamos a regresar después de estos comerciales.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I got to tell you, the other thing is, it's a real, sociological study in how people treat you, because some people who you think are your friends, I got a couple of emails from people who were really, put the best spin on it. Like John Hine, okay, is a great friend, but Mark Tinker and Jeff Probst both sent me notes that were like, dude, it was a fucking disaster, but trying to be supportive. And then some people are just like, what the fuck?
Just assholes.
Did you read what I wrote on your Facebook?
Yeah.
I wrote, I was nasty. I wrote, what the fuck? First of all, I see Baba Booey went off to Toronto. I said,
I love how you can always connect those two.
I wrote, how did you have time to...
Springsteen?
Yeah, I go...
I saw Springsteen in 79. That's why I fucked the piss out of him.
I go, how do you... He went to Toronto Thursday night. I go, how do you have time to go to Toronto? And Ross Zapin, too.
I'm off on Friday.
Springsteen will be here. Why does he have to go to Toronto?
I'm going next week in New Jersey, 10 feet from my house.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
But you know what, Howard? If I had time, I would have gone to Toronto.
I go, maybe if you didn't jet off to Toronto, you would have been awake enough to fucking throw the pitch.
Why do you need to see him in Toronto?
I don't know.
Is he better in Toronto?
What did you do? You went to I heard the plane was late, the whole thing.
Yeah, the plane was delayed. We barely got there.
Oh, my God.
But we got there.
Why would you put yourself through that? Fucking insane. What do you got there, Jason?
The article from Newsday.com.
Oh, Newsday.
What does Newsday say?
Let's see. Howard Stern's longtime producer, Gary Dell'Abate, is infamously known as Baba Booey. The history of the nickname comes from a mistake Dell'Abate made in the studio many years ago. Saturday, Baba Booey messed up again, big time. Watch it. Then they have the tape on Newsday.com.
Oh, they direct you to that. Huh?
Yeah.
They're driving people to the website with it.
And then guys write comments underneath it, and it's
God.
ouch, Gary. This pitch just makes me cringe. I watched it live about 15 times. As someone who pitched for 10 years, he should have called me and not a sports psychologist, as he claims.
Howard, that's not a comment. That's the author.
Oh, that's the author.
Oh, my God. That's the writer from Newsday.
The key... Oh, I thought it was like a kid. This is great. The key is to put zip on the ball, Gary, and throw over the top. I really can't decide what it looked like. Maybe a boomerang throw. But I've never thrown a boomerang. It just looks horrible. Continuing to pile on, it's one of the most unathletic things I've ever seen from a grown man. It ranks second to Chris Rock's opening pitch, so at least you're behind Chris Rock. There's some good in this.
Apparently it's worse than Chris Rock's, right?
Artie loves this.
Let me just say that. The last time I was at a Met game was 1985, I told Gary. And the only 2 times I went back to Shea Stadium after that was to see The Who and the Rolling Stones.
Right.
This blew both away. This was
Did you know right away, as someone who played ball, when even the wind up is sort of...
Well, I didn't wind up.
My suggestion to Gary was to wind up, because if you wind up, you kind of get lost in the wind up a little bit, and it takes your head off throwing.
Right.
Like
But a lot of people said, and then already just as many people said, don't wind up.
Really?
People just said, just throw it like you're throwing in the front yard. Again, I'm telling you.
Well, clearly you should have listened to them.
I'm telling you, Jackson and I went out on the front lawn that morning because I walked it off. I threw the pitch, and it was a strike.
Walked it
off. In other words, we had the distance.
You
Walked
measured
off
it
the
off.
distance. Fag.
Here's the problem, Gary. You spent way too much time thinking about that.
That's right.
Well,
That's
can I
right.
say something?
But
First of all, why put yourself in that position? In other words, I don't even think I've thrown a hard ball in my life. I don't know, maybe 10 times.
You do better, though, I'm sure.
I think I would, because I've thrown balls and they...
Well, you're the type of person who the type A would kick into, where you'd obsess, you'd make sure you could do it, otherwise you wouldn't do it.
Of course. Right. In other words, why did you... Gary, you can't throw a ball. I've never seen...
I swear to God I can, and I swear to God I throw a ball every day.
When you... I don't know what you call this. When you go like this...
But I decided to do...
That's how that's like a girl throws like
I decided to do 10 things at once.
It looked like you were in the Go-Go's.
Yeah, listen, I won't deny for a second how bad it looks, and I can throw.
Is the way you threw it.
I know, but that's because I tried. Like I went to go.
Artie, like this one.
Howard, I know. I couldn't even do it. I tried to imitate it, and everything I did looked more manly.
Artie being there, was that like the greatest thing ever?
Ralph, I'm telling you, it was better than any concert I've been to. It was the atmosphere. First of all, I wanted to hate that place, and I fucking love it.
It was nice, huh?
Baseball heaven, man.
Wow. So will you go again? Will you maybe go to some Met games?
Well, if the Yankees beat them again in the World Series, I'll go, yeah.
Right.
I showed
Do you
Jackson.
like it better than the new Yankee Stadium?
Well, I haven't been there yet. I'm going to the Yankee game with my tickets for the first time Friday coming up.
All right.
And I can't wait.
Throw a ball out there.
Yeah, but
I could hit. If you were sitting at home plate, I probably could hit you.
But
Do you want a second shot at this?
No.
Why don't you?
I thought about it. I really did. I thought about it.
Would you like me to arrange for that?
No.
That would be too funny.
That would be the best.
I understand
because it's the pressure that I can't.
But I understand what I understand about Gary's situation is the pressure, because look, I've thrown a baseball a million times, and I threw out the first pitch in a Newark Bears game, which isn't even close to being as devastatingly pressure-packed as this. It's a lot of pressure.
But this is his worst night. In other words, he couldn't have thrown it worse. In other words, let's say he had missed. Let's say he didn't get a strike. Let's say,
it dribbled or something.
Or maybe he didn't even reach home plate.
Yeah.
At least this was his worst night. I mean, it couldn't have been worse than
It
that.
was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
That ball is somewhere on the moon right now.
It's like the greatest episode of Seinfeld
it looks
ever.
like an air ball.
Do they give you the ball afterwards?
Oh, yeah, I have it.
Oh, did you throw it out?
No, it's at my house.
I mean, you don't want to be reminded.
The ball is defective.
Why would you keep that?
You know what,
Gary?
Garrett?
Throw it in the garbage.
You should keep it and have have Lance Bass sign it or something.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like have
every
all of
gay
it,
guy.
all of NSYNC sign it.
No, have it analyzed.
Good bitch, Joey Fatone. Great throw, Garrett. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't you, Gary. You have that analyzed. Something's wrong with that ball.
You should have sign it that guy Lou who discovered the Backstreet Boys.
No, he's in prison. I can get it to him.
The guy is in prison for fucking boys.
I'm gonna ask Mary.
Allegedly fucking a boy.
I'm gonna ask Mary to send me the ball, and I'm gonna send it to Lou.
Just send it to whatever ass fuck prison Lou's in, and say, Lou, next time your cellmate's fucking you, could you sign this ball? To Gary.
Poor
Lou.
Gary. Gary's standing here while Artie and I are laughing.
But you know what?
And you don't even know what to do with
I
yourself.
mean, this is, you know...
You expected this.
Expected.
Can I just say for people who haven't seen it, it with the camera, when the camera's on it, he throws it off camera.
No, I know. You know, if do they charge money on YouTube? I've never been on there. I don't...
No, it's free.
Oh, yeah. I was saying, if they charged, it had to make more than Star Trek this weekend, right?
Oh, absolutely. This will be the most downloaded clip ever in the history.
But, you know, in a sense, it proves sort of how many people... It's amazing how many people know, and it's a testament to the show, Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's insane. Like, all 40,000 people knew.
Wait.
When you say Baba Booey, all the fucking ushers. Oh, wait, this is the greatest thing ever. So there's a guy, Charlie, who works there.
Yeah.
Charlie is a quintessential New Yorker, like the greatest guy. When he goes, Artie, tell Howard I said, I love you, man. My son loves the show. Did you meet my son? Blah, blah, blah. He goes, what's Gary going to do? You think he's going to throw the ball good? I'm like, I guess, you know, we'll see what happens. After Gary threw the ball, Charlie's walking around. He's supposed to be working. Charlie's walking around going to everybody, what a fucking fag! I never seen a faggy throw! He came up to me red in his face laughing, going, Artie, that was the gayest thing I've ever seen! And I once saw a guy suck a cock!
Is that what he said?
That guy's a comedian.
Charlie, if you're listening, call in. That's the gayest thing I've ever seen, and I once saw a guy suck a cock.
Hook Nose Mike is on the air. I've spoken to him in a while. Hook Nose, hi.
Hey, good morning, Howard. You Hook Nose, you bastard. Listen, Gary, you have to let Howard set it up again. You got to redeem yourself.
I think in a way you do.
You do.
Yeah, good. That's good advice, Hook Nose.
No, but Gary really needs to go out there and throw the pitch.
Listen,
You need to get this one behind you.
Gary, do me a favor. Can we play catch one day?
Yeah.
And and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to say if Gary should do it again. I'm going to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
But
Hey,
based
Howard,
on what you
let
saw,
Howard TV film Artie having a catch for
yeah,
Gary,
we'll
too.
film it. But Artie, based on what you saw,
Right.
I mean, Gary gives you this thing. He was winding up, but also doing something else. 10 different throws.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, he can't throw, and he doesn't know it. He's one of those guys, like you say, who thinks they're funny, and they're not.
Right.
And you saw absolutely no indication that he can throw.
Listen, you know how, look, you know, like when I went to see a shrink for the first time, he told me how fucked up I am because he's an expert. You know, he's like, look, dude, you're fucked up.
And you accepted it.
Yeah, I accept because, I mean, the guy knows what he's talking about. Major League pitchers are calling Gary and saying it was the worst thing they've ever seen. I mean,
The
like,
guy from the Daily News
the
is
owner of
saying
the Mets, the Daily News.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you know what, Gary, really is
My
the
father
best.
hasn't called me in 10 years.
Hello?
My father goes, my father's like, did you see that pitch? I go, yeah, Dad. He goes, well, what kind of pitch was that? He goes, well, it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
we got to call my dad.
Guys get angry about that because I get off the plane yesterday and the guy who meets me at the plane says, Gary sucks.
Well, Gary is a guy's guy. Like,
You know
Gary knows sports. You can talk to sports. So you think it's going to be better. And that,
But you know what's bad? Listen to these reports. My name's all over his shitty pitch.
Right, I know. Your name's getting dragged through the mud.
Yeah, he fucked me, really. I'm the one getting fucked. This is a montage of Baba Booey's first pitch news stories that were immediately on TV.
Wow.
The game's first pitch was thrown out by Howard Stern's producer, Gary Dell'Abate. A little awful. Baba Booey, Baba blew it.
Gary Dell'Abate from Howard Stern. Baba Booey, that's just embarrassing.
Baba Booey, not sure who he is, but I'm told he's a Howard Stern personality. Well, he can't pitch. Throws the first pitch badly.
Howard Stern's sidekick, Baba Booey, threw out one of the worst ceremonial first pitches on record.
Oh, my
But
God.
again, he didn't come close to finding the catcher.
Baba Booey from the Howard Stern Show. That's the worst first pitch I've ever seen.
Baba Booey. Gary Dell'Abate from the Howard Stern Show, throwing out the first pitch at the Pirates. Pirates-Mets game.
Oh, my God.
Didn't go real well.
Fans of Howard Stern, this is Baba Booey for you. And that guy, for all the bad karma he's built up, that's exactly what he deserves.
And today at Citi Field, Gary Dell'Abate of the Howard Stern Show shows how not to throw a ceremonial first pitch. As Bob Uecker would say, the pitch was just a bit outside. Obviously, the guy they call Baba Booey never played baseball at his former high school, Uniondale High on Long Island. In the words of Bill Walton, that was horrible.
So New York, Baba Booey from the Howard Stern Show throwing the first pitch badly. I hope they Baba Booed him out of the park.
Oh. I mean, that is really your worst nightmare,
Yeah, no,
guy.
that's it.
It's like the greatest episode of Seinfeld ever.
But again,
you're George.
Uniondale High School.
They've
is
got
embarrassed.
your history.
See, that explains one of my guys I went to high school wrote me on Facebook about embarrassing the high school. But now
Gary, this is this is a disaster.
How do I leave the house, Ralph? At the end of the day, it's hugely embarrassing. I still produce a major radio show.
He lives
that
in
has nothing to do with
Connecticut. There's
throwing a
all
ball.
fruits up there.
Gary, all that considered, you can't throw a ball.
Okay, fine. You can't get a job.
Yeah, I have a job.
No, you don't.
And I can throw a ball better than you.
That I would like to see.
That I promise you. I'll bet you $1,000 I could throw a ball better than you.
I'll tell you what, Ralph, because you're such a big mouth.
Yeah.
Why don't you go and throw out the first pitch at Citi Field?
Sure, why not?
But, I mean,
sure
because
they're
not looking for him.
No, but I'm saying, he thinks he could throw it better, but but he doesn't care about the pressure because he's half a fag anyway.
But Gary,
do I have to
he
wear
probably can throw it better because he's good. Anyone can outdo that pitch, probably.
Well, not anyone.
I like the chick who goes, and Gary Baba blew it.
Oh my God!
I like when they call him Gary Dell'Abate.
I know, but they all get Baba Booey correct.
Yeah, that they get.
First of all, if you put it on a scale,
When a chick says he Baba blew
yeah,
it.
Chris Rock grew up, I think, in a project in Bed-Stuy.
Right.
He probably never played
There
Little
wasn't
League.
a field anywhere near him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like
his father probably left him at an early age.
I don't know if
he's
Rock.
from his father was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Black guy and his father was there? Okay.
According to the show, everyone hates Chris. He's got a dad. I don't know, but he grew up in Bed-Stuy. I know, so there's he probably didn't spend a lot of time playing ball.
Yeah.
So you gotta give Rock that a little bit. Gary actually played. Gary's is probably worse than Chris is on that level.
I mean, all the preparation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Doug Goodstein from Howard TV.
We have multiple angles of this, so we just analyzed the side angle of Gary, and in mid-pitch, you'll see he licks his lips, too.
By the way, how do you have multiple angles of this? Because you were allowed to shoot this,
we're
right?
doing a real licensing deal with Major League Baseball.
Yeah, Doug sends before you
the
roll
stolen footage.
Yeah, Doug sends me a note this morning. Tell everyone not to watch YouTube. Only watch it on Howard TV because we have a licensed agreement with the Major League Baseball.
It's just frustrating.
And I'm sitting there laughing. Yeah, okay, Doug.
Yeah, everybody's going to say, then
it's so
I'm going to
frustrating. I
watch
spent
you.
hours making a deal with Major League Baseball on Friday, and then
Yeah, but you got the multiple angles and stuff. Everyone will tune into Howard TV.
Look, Howard's a powerful guy, but I don't think in this day and age,
I know.
you got no one to watch YouTube.
I know, but Howard says
no one watch YouTube.
I didn't say that. I said if you're going to promote it, promote Howard TV, not YouTube, where it's illegal.
Well, because no one's going to wait for Howard TV. They're going to watch it on YouTube, but you're going to have a funny multiple angle.
And then after this, there's also a shot when Gary ran out. He did something weird too. I don't even know if
I just jumped over the line.
Yeah, he did like a weird hop over the line.
All right, so here's Gary from another angle. Artie, watch carefully. You're our expert. Go ahead. Here we go. Look, where did he go wrong?
Ooh. Right there.
Yeah. See, even I know, and I'm not an expert.
Oh,
but
look at his face. Oh.
It looks like he was aiming for the stands.
There's a beaten man.
You look like a beaten man.
Are any Met players laughing in the background?
Well, that's another thing. So I got a buddy who works for Rawlings, and he knows all the players. So the whole time he's emailing me, like, good luck with the pitch, how did it go? And he sent me back a note. This is probably the most stinging one of all. I got reports from all the players. It's worse than you imagine.
Oh, my God.
So that means, like, the players are like, now it's like the inside joke of the clubhouse.
Yeah.
I know how much this matters to Gary.
And it would matter to me, too, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I can
But
relate
you wouldn't
to
have
it.
fucked up like that.
Well, listen, I don't know, Howard. Maybe I would. But the one thing, like, what I would say in my head was, just don't look like a chick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just I would throw it as hard as I could. And if it went wild, I would go, look, a lot of Major League pitchers throw wild, too.
Absolutely.
But just don't look like a broad. I don't know. it's a lot of pressure.
Artie, be honest. You wouldn't have thrown a ball like that.
No, of course he would.
It's physically impossible.
Here's that little hop.
You couldn't look like that.
I don't think so.
Here's the Gary hop.
Well, that's superstition. That's
a lot of players do that.
Managers do that.
He should have stepped all over that line.
Yeah, I don't know why you cared about superstition.
And I just want to point out one thing. Not that it matters much, but I didn't hire a sports psychiatrist. The guy, Fred, the guy emailed Fred and
whatever.
Then I called, but I didn't hire him. I didn't pay him.
You met with him though.
No. He gave me his phone number, and I talked to him on the way home one day.
Yeah.
Yay.
He was a big help.
How are you a little league coach? Do you teach the kids how to throw?
Oh my God! How can he go back?
Well,
yeah,
literally, chicks play.
Well, no, by the time I get them, they know how to throw. So I'm not teaching them how to throw. I'm teaching them where to throw. Listen, I pitch batting practice. I'm telling you, I can do better than that.
Right.
Batting practice.
You know what's the greatest
Batting practice for who?
For the guys. For the guys in the dugout.
What is that, Ralph?
Gary has like a jersey, like a baseball jersey on too.
Yeah,
no, it's a T-shirt, Ralph.
They gave him a Met shirt that said Baba Boo. Why number 9? By the way,
you know, I don't know. The guy handed it to me. I have no idea what the number meant.
That really was Bruce Beauclair's number. One quick Sebastian Bach story because it was the funniest thing ever.
He's out of control.
He's out of control, but
he's tie his dick in a knot.
No, but sort of.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Everybody who's half a celebrity at one point who's down on the field, they asked to take a picture with all the autistic kids. There were like 10-year-old autistic kids
and
there.
Probably like 10 autistic kids.
10-year-old autistic kids, okay?
Right.
They're right in front of us. They hear everything you say. And even I'm an obnoxious prick. I'm watching what I say. Sebastian Bach comes over to get in the picture. He wraps his arms around like me and Joe, like we're at a fucking Coke party or something. And he goes, dude, what's up? I got the best fucking weed in New York, man. Let's go fucking get stoned after this shit. This shit is like turpentine that I got. And he goes, Gary, thanks for talking about my cock. Gary always talks about my fucking cock on the show, man. And the autistic kids are like jumping up and down.
He said cock a good half a dozen times.
They're totally oblivious that their kids are around.
Yeah, like even my son.
Hey, man, what's the big deal? They got cocks too.
Yeah, who cares? And then he says,
who cares? They don't know what's going on.
He goes, dude, I read your book, and you know how your father took you to the front row at a Yankee game? My father did the same thing to me at a Kiss concert. But he said cock, what?
6 times, 7 times.
And the kids are looking at him because he's screaming.
Right.
And
he's used to getting a lot of attention.
But I thought he sounded pretty good at what he sang. I liked it. But it was funny to see that guy.
Did you explain to him that you're there with your police officer who's making sure you don't do any weed?
No, but Joe heard the whole thing. And he said, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
He said, because he kept going.
Would that have been a temptation?
To smoke weed with Sebastian Bach? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it's Sebastian Bach.
Right.
I remember, at an AA meeting once, I got up and I said, when I was like 27 years old, the first time I ever went, I said, well, I'm never drinking again. And then I said, unless I ever meet Frank Sinatra, he wants me to have a scotch. I mean,
that's funny.
Guys, you wouldn't drink a scotch with Frank Sinatra?
You
and everybody,
said that at an AA meeting?
Yeah, I got thrown out.
So, Gary, someone told me that your attitude with this pitch is that you're going to embrace it fully and just start living like a woman. You're going to start.
Really? Who told you that?
That's what someone told me. Like, you're going to get you the
I'm gonna put on a dress.
operation.
Changing his name.
Yeah.
That's who you should get to sign the ball, Siobhan.
Dominic, you're on the air.
Well, 2 things. First thing, I had to go to criminal court Sunday morning. A businessman got into a fight with his girlfriend, beat her up. I go all the way in the back where everyone's locked up and all these people are in there. And I go up to my client, and here he is, never in trouble in his life. He says, first thing he says to me is, did you see that pitch?
Is that true?
Is there any chance that that's true,
There's
Howard?
no way that's true.
Dominic is so...
Guys in jail?
Yeah, that's the first thing on his mind, Dominic. I mean, really. A guy's in fucking jail getting ready to be ass raped, and that's his first thing.
Can I tell you, walking in the streets, people are yelling it out?
To you?
Just yelling it out, of course. It's incredible.
No.
The pitch heard round the world.
All right. Thank you, Dominic.
Should be yelling once you get married for a 5th time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure which is more embarrassing.
You're dating your ex-wife?
Speaking of Dominic, Gary would have done better if he just ran up to the umpire and hit him with a plate of pasta.
Here's Artie's friend, Charlie. Do you know Charlie?
Oh, Charlie, yeah.
Charlie, yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, my God. It was the most retarded thing I've ever seen. I volunteered at a fucking mental institution for fucking 4 years after school. I'm not fucking kidding. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How do you know Artie?
Well, went to the City Field.
No, I met him for the first time on the field.
This isn't that guy.
Charlie,
this isn't him. This is a younger guy. Charlie's an older guy.
Charlie, where exactly did we meet?
Right by, with the first time that I saw you City Field.
Yeah, no, this ain't him.
This ain't him.
Yeah, he's pretending to be Charlie.
Good ear, Gary.
I actually know Charlie pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfie,
Used to
go
be a
ahead.
friend.
Hey, Howard. I'm not one to usually be negative, but I've seen better arms on a snake. It reminded me of a little kid. They just wind up and throw, and they're 2 feet away from you, and the ball just completely jumps to the side. And I was actually rooting for the guy because his kids were there.
You know what did Gary in? I'll tell you what did Gary in, Wolfie. The pitch itself was not televised originally. You went out and did the first pitch. They don't televise that.
Well, they wouldn't televise this one either.
Right. What happened
the pitch in general is not televised.
You were interviewed during the game, and that's what did you in. They did the replay.
That's what I'm saying.
That was in the body.
That's when it was taken out of the Howard Stern universe and brought to the whole world. That's what did
Want
me
to
in.
hear that clip?
The body of the game.
As long as we're playing clips, I ought to play you that.
Hey, can I just point out, I'll help you with this one, as long as we're going the full route.
Yeah, where is it, by the way?
It's right below Gary page 2. It says Kevin Burkhardt.
Set up for this. Gary fucks up the pitch in red.
Yeah.
It's Gary GFP page. Gary fuck up pitch.
Did you find it, Howard?
Yeah, Gary interviewed.
Okay, but the important thing is, so Kevin Burkhardt is the field reporter. So
GGP, Gary gay pitch in red. Wait, Gary gay pitch in pink.
So Kevin Burkhardt is
the jokes are endless.
Page 3.
This just writes itself.
Hey, Artie, can I ask you a question?
Wait, let me throw up.
Can I ask you a question?
This is a sitcom episode.
You know what? You have to sing, Gary. When I went on YouTube, and like my father said, I said to my father still doesn't understand technology. I go, I'm going to go right on the computer and watch it. He goes, you could go on the computer.
You have it there?
You have it there? He couldn't even comprehend it. Like he doesn't even live in the universe.
Neither do I.
But as soon as I turn on, I go, that's Artie standing right next to the catcher. And I go, why the fuck, no matter what, would Gary have Artie? That had to, like...
That had to throw you off, too.
I didn't invite him. He just said he wanted to come, and I said, okay.
I said I might go. I got up. I mean, nowadays, I'm not on heroin. I'm up in the morning. I'm like, let's go outside. Yeah. I said to Joe, let's go to fucking City Field. I'm dying to see what it looks like. And Gary... it's a good cause and everything, and we all tried to help out the charity, and you get to see Gary throw like a fucking fag.
Hey,
here it is again.
Okay, it.
There's Artie. See, there's Artie.
Right.
By the way, look at about half the size of what he was.
Yeah.
How much weight have you lost?
40 pounds, Howard.
Wow.
I couldn't recognize you on the screen. You're so small.
The guy in the yellow, by the way, Howard, that's
good.
That's Charlie.
That's Charlie in the yellow. Right there.
This guy right here?
Yeah, he's been an usher. He was an usher at Shea. He's been there forever.
He's down on the field, too.
No, he's always on the field.
I pointed to Lucas and Jackson because the old Shea Stadium's not there anymore. It's actually kind of sad.
Yeah.
I said, you see this parking lot? And they're like, yeah. I said, that's where the Yankees beat the Mets in 2000.
Hey, I have a question.
What?
Can't you get whacked with a ball? Look at how close the people are to the...
Well, no, Gary
not during the game. They're not there during the game.
Oh, what is this?
This is Gary's pitch.
This is my pitch.
Yeah, I know, but during the game, they're not sitting there?
No. What do you say? Oh, the people
They're
that's
sitting
net.
there.
There's a net there.
There's a big net.
A big net.
There's a big net. And the people that are like where Artie is, those people aren't on the field during the game.
All right. No, I don't mean the people on the field. I mean, I didn't see the net.
The big net there, yeah.
Wow, that's good. So, Gary, are you guys... here they're rolling it from a different angle.
Watch
the same angle.
If you notice me, I turn around and stuff.
Yeah, now watch Artie. Artie's going to come... Artie's like... Artie's cracking up already. And look, there's that guy Charlie talking to you.
Yeah. Charlie ran over to me, and he just got... I mean, like within 2 seconds, I turned around.
Look at what's going on. Forget Gary's pitch. Watch behind him.
I gotta watch Artie.
Artie moves to the side. The pitch goes off. Now Charlie runs toward Artie. Artie is doubled over with laughter.
Charlie ran over. That's what he said. The second cock line.
What was the line again?
He said, "Artie, that's the gayest thing I've ever seen, and I once saw a guy suck a cock."
Oh man!
There's not a bad angle of that.
Oh my God, Mike, go ahead.
There ain't a good angle of it either.
Yeah, Mike.
Howard.
Yes.
Yeah, how about we put this on a loop, man, for Howard TV so we can see it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But not only that, I want to get can you get like close-ups of the frightening looks of the players, of the people in the stands?
I wonder if like this Zapruder film, if they can just take it like do a close-up on Artie, close-up on Charlie.
And even watch the trajectory of the ball here. And now here's where it goes off.
And it looks like, and then like see people in the stands, like in other words, those people behind the net there, like if they could just like somehow graphically improve the film.
It would be great if a guy like the Zapruder film.
The expressions on their faces.
It would be great if a guy like the Kennedy assassination, where people are like, there's another ball coming from a grassy knoll.
That's what you should have done. You should have had like somebody throw it from somewhere else.
Right, and forget
You should have had someone else throw it.
You were going to play that tape. I'm just trying to keep you on track.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry.
We got time.
Much like Baba Booey, Gary thought that would go away in a week. This is never going away. There's another one that's going to be with him forever.
Do you know the fans, Howard, are so funny? Like the Jake and Chubba guys. They said to me, "Listen, we're big Howard fans. You got to bust Gary's balls so I look like a fag." And then he said, "Could you say Happy Mother's Day to Jake and Chubba's mom on the air?"
In the middle of everything.
I said, "Yeah, that's what I'll do."
Frank, you're on the air in Longview. Longview, what is it? Washington?
Yes.
Okay.
Great pitch, Gary.
Do I detect sarcasm?
Oh, just a little bit. It was beautiful. No, actually, I loved it.
All right, Frank, there you go. So here's a guy who liked it.
Do it again.
Thank you, Frank.
Gary, no, please. Oh, give him another chance. And I want to see Artie pitch.
Listen, man, I'd love to throw out the first pitch of the Yankee game, but the Yankees are notoriously snooty. They're a snobby organization.
Yeah.
I mean they actually don't let just anybody onto the field.
I think you know what, and this pisses me off about the fucking Yankees, because Babe Ruth, fucked whores and drank and everything. I think they'd have an issue with this show, maybe, but I'm going to try. I would love to. I mean, listen, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'll try.
If they have an issue with the show, I mean, George Steinbrenner used to do the show all the time.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
That's right. You guys used to interview him.
In fact, when the guy from Anthrax stole the on deck circle down at Tampa, he was going to go to jail, and he called Howard and said, "I know you're friends with Steinbrenner. Please help me."
Wow.
And we got Steinbrenner on the phone. And Howard said, "Hey, he's a good guy. He didn't mean it." And Steinbrenner dropped the charge.
I forgot about that.
So
Listen,
we're that friendly with
I'll
him.
try to do it, and it would be pressure on me. It would. If anyone can make that happen out there in Yankee land,
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Brett, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, Gary. I just want to know which is more embarrassing to look at, your pitch or your boo-hoo, I miss you video.
Oh, the love video. Oh. Which is worse to you in terms of like the show and taking abuse?
So it's hard to tell. This one's too new.
Right.
Like I need a couple of weeks to go by, but I guess they're probably pretty equal.
By a mile.
Ralph, I was just talking.
This is really embarrassing, Gary.
the only thing that sucks about this for Gary is he can't sell you the video.
That's right.
It happened already.
Yeah.
A freebie.
Yeah, that love video was pretty bad, but
this is way worse.
Gary says the pitch is worse. I would think the love video would be worse.
I still haven't decided yet.
How did you do? You did interviews after that? Like, how did you just not run out of there?
Because I had an obligation to the Autism Society, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, so here is the interview Gary did.
So can I point something out? So this guy, Kevin Burkhardt, he's like a field reporter, really nice guy. So he's interviewing me, and I know this has been set up in advance, because Howard was asking me the other day, why on earth would you do an interview? But this was set up in advance that I would promote the Autism Society. The important thing to hear on this, because it is funny, is I think it's Keith Hernandez and Howie Rose are in the booth. And when I start talking about it, you can hear them laughing.
Keith Hernandez, who I loved calling a coked up fag when I was in the Keith Hernandez had a coke issue.
Yeah, no, that's documented.
That's documented.
The other part is not documented.
But I added fag. We know that.
You just call everyone a fag.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
They don't have to be
It
gags.
doesn't mean anything.
I'm going to be calling Gary a fag for the next 50
Meanwhile,
years.
how embarrassing, because you know all those greats. I mean, Keith Hernandez is legendary.
Yeah. One of the best first basemen who's ever lived.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys, and like Howie Rose is watching the game.
That's why there's pressure. I mean, right before, I was so, again, I wanted to hate the place, but I became a little kid again.
Yeah.
When I got down on the field before Gary threw the pitch, David Wright, my honorary gayest Met besides Gary, and Carlos Delgado, were playing what the players call long toss. They were probably a football field away from each other, and they casually just tossed the ball. And it's like a line drive right to the other guy's mitt. And you're looking at these amazing athletes, and every fucking 10-year-old kid is in awe. They're looking at two all-stars. And I'm thinking, what's going, like, these are men and we're boys almost. And Gary's got to go throw out a pitch in front of these guys. It could not have gone any worse. I mean, it would be like getting the shit kicked out of you in front of Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
Did the autism kids laugh at you, Gary?
Yeah, they all did.
They all laughed. This is the first hour of the show. I said, I got an easy job on Monday. I woke up kind of happy.
You kidding me? I had a stand-up gig that night, Howard. It was the first half hour of my act. It was perfect.
Ron Darling was calling the game, right? Wasn't he?
He might have been at some point.
Gary Cohn?
It was Ron Darling, Gary Cohn. Is it Howie Rose? I can't remember if he's still with the...
I don't know if... I don't listen to Met games. I don't know.
Okay. And you know what? When you meet these guys, and you've met some of these guys before, you're just a fan. They're happy to meet you. Now you're going to be that gay guy who threw out that horrible pitch.
Listen, Gary's pitch was so gay.
And Gary likes to be, cool in front of the Mets and all that.
Everyone does, not the Mets.
You shouldn't have done this. I told you not to do it.
I got to tell you, the worst part is
I told you not to do it. I did. I said, get out of it.
Then how come? And when I said last Monday I was going to have Jackson do it, you go, don't do that.
No, I said you should have done that from the beginning.
I said don't do it. I
told you not to be stupid, you moron.
But Gary's pitch was so gay, if he was Scott DePace's son, Scott wouldn't let him in the house anymore.
Right. Okay, so here's Gary interviewed, and this is when he knew it went horribly wrong, because I think Gary was shocked that during the interview about autism, then the guy goes, let's take a look at that pitch.
Shocked. I got to tell you.
Speaking of autism.
Because then you know. Because then you know.
It'll never go away.
It's never going away.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said, oh, you throw out the first pitch, I'll tune into the game. And I go, no, it's not televised.
Speaking of gay autistic children.
There we go. Yeah, that's it.
If anybody doesn't understand what autism is.
That's the greatest comment since, go ahead, call me Baba Booey, that'll last a day. When you said, oh, yeah, don't even bother tuning in, it's not televised.
Well, it shouldn't have been televised.
Yeah, well, here it is.
Let's check in with Kevin Burkhardt.
Guys, Howard Stern fans know exactly who this guy is. It's Gary Dell'Abate, the producer for 25 years.
It's Robin Quivers.
Stern Show, also Baba Booey. We all know you by that as well. You are also the host here of Autism Awareness Day at Citi Field. How did that come about?
Jim Watkins' wife gave me a call. Jim Watkins from CW11 News at night. And she said, we could sell a lot of tickets if you would come up to the suite and be the host and throw out the first pitch. So we started talking about the first pitch on the air, and Artie, who works on our show, is a big Yankee fan, was giving me a lot of grief about it. And we talked about how nervous I was throwing it out. And that generated a lot of people buying tickets to come and see me. And in case you're wondering, I blew it.
How did that go? I know there was a lot of stuff going on the air, so much so that you had a certain call from a certain psychologist.
One of our listeners was a sports psychologist, so he called me, and I was on my way home one day, so I talked to him for 40 minutes in the car. Obviously, it didn't help.
Yeah, all that counseling, it didn't really work. It's a great. What do you like best about the cause?
I love that they not only raise money because they need money for education, because it's really a lifelong thing that needs to be dealt with, but they're trying to raise awareness. And I tell anybody, if you just sort of Google autism, if you don't know enough about it, just Google it and find out more about it, because I'm sure somebody, you must know somebody who's affected with it, and that's a big thing.
We don't have a monitor in front of us. We're going to show the pitch, Gary. Actually, we do a monitor up here. See if we can show the pitch. We're in a little bit delay after this pitch from Maine that's fouled back. So we'll see if we can take a look at the beauty of this first pitch. And here we go. What are you thinking right now? Wow.
I was really hoping that would not end up on television. So embarrassed.
Wow.
I mean, they tell you not to bounce it, but they also, I don't know that anybody ever told you not to throw it into the stands either.
Oh, my God.
The distance. The bad news was to hit the umpire.
Yeah, thanks for being involved in the great cause, and thanks for not pitching in the Mets bullpen.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Good to see you.
Back to you.
And when you wake up Monday morning, you will be hearing never letting Gary hear the end of that pitch. I mean, he's going to hear about that for the next 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm at the point.
I'm going to pull a Rick Peterson on you, Gary. Forget about the sports psychologist. Come to me. I'll have you fixed in 10 minutes.
I'll have you fixed in 10 minutes.
Line to left, right at Tatis.
Who said that?
The lunging grab.
I think that was Hernandez.
A scorcher.
Keith Hernandez?
Tatis stays with it.
I think Ralph Kiner, if they leave it.
Kiner says something?
Kiner starts talking about...
for John Maine as we take another look at Baba Booey's.
Oh, they played again.
Watch out, Tony Ragdozzo. It's coming your way.
That was
field day.
That was Ron Darling, not Keith Hernandez.
Now, the good news is...
Ron Darling, a great pitcher.
And a nice guy, too. The good news, if there's any little bit of good news, even though they reshowed it again, on my TV, it got cut off early.
I wish Bob Murphy was still the announcer for the Mets, so someone could have said to Bob, Gary really throws like a fag, and Bob would have went, doesn't he, though?
Ralph Kiner started talking, and then he starts, I don't know if you know, but Ralph Kiner had
Kiner's Corner.
But he had a stroke?
Yeah,
So he talks, really bad, so he starts... I guess he's just looking for any angle. So he starts talking about how when we played with the Pirates, we had a sports psychologist too. They brought him in, and he went over on a whole rap about that.
That's a bad guy to fuck up in front of, because not only Ralph Kiner was one of the best home run hitters ever, I think he also fucked Rita Hayworth.
Yeah, he used to date a lot of stars.
I think, it's really weird,
He needs the sports psychologist now.
I'm like thinking, who picks sports psychologists as a profession? They've got to be hurting in this economy. I mean, how many people are going to hire a sports psychologist?
You can cut that guy out.
You know what, Howard? I bet every fucking team has a guy that makes more money than he should have on the fucking payroll.
Hey, Howard, you have to re-sign. This can't go away in a year.
I was going to say that it could be gone in a year and a half.
Right. It's not going anywhere.
You have to stay on just because of that pitch.
It's here like AIDS.
Since the pitch, have you had sex with Mary yet? I bet you haven't even had sex.
No, but that's not any...
Don't you feel like less...
anything, if it was a strike, I don't think we would have had sex.
You can't possibly get out to a woman after that.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right, Ralph. I can't. Ralph is so astute.
Let's go to Mr. Warmth. Hi.
I want to thank Gary, as a member of the Stern Fan Network, for giving us a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Gary.
Did you have a big weekend of comedy, Mr. Warmth?
Oh, yes. The comedy gods were smiling down.
I like the guy who interviews him. He's like, yeah, autism. Okay, yeah. Let's look at your shitty pitch.
No, those guys, because those guys are talking heads, they just want to fuck with you.
I would have said, I have a feeling like most of the people in the stands probably thought Gary was an autistic kid.
Yeah.
And he would have gotten away with it. Like they were like, hey, that's a pretty good pitch for an autistic kid.
Let's hear it for Skippy.
Yeah. But then I think once they went on TV and outed him as Gary from the Howard Stern Show.
He's not autistic?
Let's hear it for Belinda Carlisle.
That'd be funny if he'd gone out dressed up in a dress the next time, like if they let him go out again.
Throwing out the first pitch and talking about it later on her Twitter, Paris Hilton.
So, Artie, I got a question for you.
You doubled over with laughter on the field.
Howard,
you turned away.
Listen,
you were so embarrassed.
It was
for him.
such a great New York moment. New Yorkers are so brutally honest, and like everyone's sitting there. And I was rooting for Gary so fucking much because I love Gary. And I really wanted to see him do good, but there was nothing else to do but just crack up, and everyone just descended on us, me and that Charlie guy. And the word fag was flowing. It was like the 70s.
But you doubled over with laughter where you had to hold on to, I saw a railing.
Yeah. I held on to the back thing.
You almost fell over.
Yeah. I had been to the gym. I was weak.
Well, Gary, I don't know.
I don't even know if you saw it the first time hit the umpire. You were so funny. Oh, my God.
It really was one of the... Listen, I was at the game where Reggie Jackson hit the 3 homers.
There he goes. Oh, there's Gary doubled over. I mean, there's Artie doubled over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Charlie talking to me. And all those guys, by the way, all those guys in the yellow shirts, they're all security guys, ex-cops who work security there. They all had the same opinion of the pitch, pretty much. Charlie had.
So how do you go on living with this? I mean, what's your plan? I mean,
time goes by,
This too shall pass.
Was your weekend the worst weekend ever?
See, the funny thing was my weekend was the worst weekend for me. I mean, I had to go out yesterday. My kids both had flag football games, and only one person said anything to me. Most people hadn't seen it, or if they did, they didn't say anything to me.
They were too embarrassed.
So I said, when we got up, Mary goes, again, is this going to be the whole day? I said, Mary, we're going to a field of thousands of fathers. I go, that's all they're going to talk about.
Right.
And so the best part was, we're standing there, and she goes, see, nobody's talking about it. And then one of the dads I know who actually runs the Major League Baseball network comes over and he goes, not even hey, he goes, what was that? He's like, what was that?
Oh, did Mary hear that?
And I go, see? And she goes, one guy. And it was one guy yesterday. Right. Then my in-laws came over, and my father-in-law, sort of heard about it. He's like, can we see it? And I'm like, no. Oh, yeah. And, it's a lot of that.
Right.
And then, I'll tell you what, Saturday night, I went to bed, and I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning sweating and just replaying the pitch in my head all over again and thinking about this morning, even though this is, about what I expected, but, you still think about it.
So you woke up and the first thing you thought about was the pitch. And
it was like literally in my head, you just replayed over, like, why did I throw it like that? Why didn't I just do what I was going to do?
Like Scott Norwood.
Yeah,
pretty much.
What were you going to do?
Well, again, I practiced like a wind-up in a real pitch, throwing really hard, and then I just wasn't confident in that. And then I just thought I'd throw it as a throw, and I can't explain it.
How do you know what it's like?
Let me alone. Let me be, will you? Why me? Why me? Why did it have to be me?
I met him, too.
You know what it's like? Do you know who Scott Norwood is? Scott Norwood was the guy in the Super Bowl in 1991 who missed the field goal against the Giants. He had to kick a 47-yarder, and it went wide right by a foot, and they lost the Super Bowl. So it ruined Scott Norwood's life for a little while. He was run out of Buffalo, and there was a movie called Buffalo 66 made about it. Right. Vincent Gallo made this amazing movie about it. And, there was a fucking auto parts store in New Jersey called Norwood Auto Parts. And everybody said if you get a part from there, your car will veer to the right. I think the fucking place went out of business. It never ended. And the movie Buffalo 66 is all about Vincent Gallo goes to jail because he lost a bet on Scott Norwood. He gets out of jail and wants to kill him. So at the end of the movie, he shoots him in a strip. I'm like, this is a mini version of that. I think it's never going to go away. You're so popular. The show's so popular. Baba Booey's a popular thing. 40,000 people. It's all there were 3,000 people at my gig that night. Right. Before I said a word, they were yelling, "Gary's a fag." Everybody knows about it.
Do you wish you hadn't done it now in retrospect?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My instincts were right last week to not want to do it.
Yes, but
why do you? All right, I'm getting psychological now. Do you think on any level you wanted to fail? I mean, this was a moment totally in your control.
Oh, sure.
It was, is there something in you that couldn't accept success that you had to fail?
I think you're at a...
I'm just asking.
No, I think you're into the whole shrink thing, but I think you're reading too much into it. I really wanted to do it. I really wanted it to go well.
Right.
But all you kept saying, Gary, was that it's going to be messed up. Every time you thought about it, you threw a messed up pitch.
And that's what would happen.
The only... Gary made a face right after the pitch, and this is why, because I like Gary so much, I could... the only time I've seen that face before is when he's trying to make a point, and out of nowhere, Fred plays... Bah, 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 bah. It's just such a look of defeat.
Well, they've got that close-up angle on his face.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Can you roll that side close-up? I know this is turning into the Zapruder film. Let me see his face. I'm going to study it. All right. Here we go. He's intense. He's throwing. You see, he didn't pick up his hand high enough over his head or something.
And it releases too early.
And now he knows the pitch has gone bad right here. Ooh.
And then he bends over and throws up.
I know.
Yeah, what is this bending over thing?
No, I just was like,
thank God, David Wright.
Oh, he mooned me. He mooned everyone.
It looked like David Wright missed it. It looked like he was running with his back towards you, so at least that happened.
You kind of ran out on the field, too, kind of spazzy.
By the way, you also look very heavy.
I know.
You got to.
I had the black. Well, I've lost 10 pounds. I got to lose 20 more. So I'm working on it.
Good.
I mean, it's one thing at a time.
Me and Gary were talking after the game, and but the luxury suites there are so great.
Look at that shot. Look at the shot of Gary on the screen. You see how he puts his tongue out?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan used to do that all the time. Whenever he shot.
You throw like Michael Jordan.
No, he just looks his tongue out like Michael.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
He plays baseball like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Were the garage guys heckling you this morning? Because that's what I heard.
No. The guy in the garage is. Yeah. I got to tell you.
Nice pitch, maricon.
You should. I actually think no. John,
you throw like a woman.
John who runs the garage.
Why don't you fuck your car in the ass? I fuck your car in the ass. Your car is a gay fag. You're a fag.
What?
John who runs the garage.
Park your gay car.
I'm parking your gay car.
In your gay parking spot.
Hey, I'm parking a car for Fagabooey.
What did the guy do?
No. John, who runs the garage, who doesn't have a Spanish accent. John I've always thought John should be on the show.
No.
He's one of those guys. He's just like a New York guy who just doesn't give a fuck. He's like every guy. And, I mean, he didn't say anything. He just made a joke about it. But he would, he would never let anybody off the hook for anything.
Of course
So,
not.
that was the first thing. Driving in, I go, I wonder what John has to say. Right. And then he actually didn't say much. He's just like, I think he said something like, "I missed the plate, huh?"
Yeah.
I said to Gary, dude, your only chance is I'll teach you how to call in sick. Or beg Benji to be late.
All right, here's the final question, because I know we got to take a break. We've got an hour and 17 minutes just on the pitch.
Oh, God, is that all?
And it was
I got to tell you that I looked at the schedule, the saving graces. We have a 7:30 and 8:30 guest, so it would be 3 hours.
Cancel them.
You know what? I wondered how you were going to set this up today. It's so perfect that your father called you. That was a perfect way for this to start.
Oh, it was unbelievable. But here's the question. Will this go away eventually, or is this one of those things that's just always going to be very, very prevalent on the show?
Always going to be very prevalent on the show.
All right.
Howard, do you realize that for everyone from now on who's going to throw out the first pitch, people's advice is going to be, look, whatever you do, don't Dell'Abate that pitch.
So I think that's what I told
Dell'Abate will become a word.
But that's what I told Mary.
It'll be a verb.
When Mary and I were arguing about this, and she's like, "Oh, get over it." I go, "You don't understand. I have now become like a benchmark."
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's like, "Whatever. You guys are such guys."
Hammer, go ahead. You have the last word, and then I got to take a break.
No.
Hello, Howard.
Yeah.
You ever see that show Time Warp where they do slow motion? We got to get a slow motion of Baba Booey's face on Time Warp. You got to get a hold of these guys.
Well, Howard TV, quite frankly, is putting together a whole special with it, because they have every angle of Gary's pitch,
right.
And they have angles you won't see on YouTube. As you can see this morning, they're very, very high quality angles.
Yeah, you know how you want to know how I first saw the pitch?
Yeah.
How I first saw it? So I had this obligation to go around to a bunch of things. So they have a Modell suite, which is in right field. There's like a chain link fence.
Right.
And you literally can look at the field. It's really cool. There was a guy there from Las Vegas who just got into town and heard me talking about it. Said, "Oh, I'll buy a ticket and go." And he had like a digital camera, but it shoots video. And he was able to get a good shot of it. And when I saw it that time, I was like, oh, my God, it was so much worse than I even remembered it.
All right, Jeff the Drunk, there's Gary. There's another angle of Gary.
Wow.
There he is.
Got the ball.
Winding up. Hold on, Jeff. We'll get to you in a second.
Who directed this? Milos Forman?
Yeah, Gary throws, goes nowhere, and ooh.
You know what? From that angle, you look like you can throw from that angle. It's worse from straight on.
Yeah,
But
well,
you know
there's
what?
multiple angles.
You know why Gary did a nice thing, though? Because the parents of autistic children, I never saw an autistic child before.
Yeah.
If anyone has a chance to give money, give it, because it's a serious issue. And these poor parents look so tired. You know what I mean? Like they're always taking care of the kid.
Yeah.
But after Gary's pitch, all the autistic parents were smiling.
See, it was a good thing.
Yeah, like
You mean with the first joy they'd had in a long time?
I could see them chasing after their kid like they do all the time.
But you know what it reminds
making
me
sure
of?
the kid's all right. And they were like, "That was great."
When Babe Ruth went to the hospital for that dying kid, and he said, "I'm going to hit it over," Like Gary was doing this for the autistic kids, and I think he let him down.
I do a joke in my act where I say, A-Rod wears number 13 because he wants to be like Babe Ruth, who was number 3.
Right.
And I said, before the playoffs last year, A-Rod went to a hospital and promised a dying kid that he'd ground out to second for him.
He came through.
And then he pointed to second base before he did.
You know, when Babe Ruth pointed, that's where Gary threw.
Jeff the Drunk.
Gary should have pointed to the dugout.
Jeff the Drunk, you have the last word.
Hey, Gary. Oh, boy.
Yes, Jeff.
I just want to say I'm very, very sorry to hear. But I didn't expect nothing less of you.
Oh.
You throw like I fuck. You throw like my ass looks.
Is that right, Jeff?
Yeah. I was watching it from my house that happens to be a Volkswagen bus. And I was embarrassed for Gary while I was waiting for my shipment of government cheese and weed.
You could throw better with your bad arm, can't you?
I could throw better with no arm. I could have thrown better with my ass.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Ralph. Thank everybody for trying.
I want to thank Gary. That was fantastic.
The best is Ralph's laugh in the background.
Yeah.
That's good to me.
Well, I keep thinking all Gary cared about was if it reached the plate.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, but nowhere near.
On eight hops.
Reach the plate in the stand.
Do you think less of Gary now?
I I don't
As a
have
man?
any, like now when he talks about sports, I'll just think, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, anytime he says something about sports, you just go, go pitch again.
See, that's the problem with this, is you lose. Like, Chris Rock was one of my favorite comedians. I don't like him as much anymore.
Really? Because you saw the pitch?
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
But Gary likes...
I don't know. I don't think he's as funny.
That is manly.
Yeah, I never saw Richard Pryor throw, so I still like him, I guess. But with Gary, and I know Gary knows a lot about sports, but, Robin's right. From now on, I don't want to hear him talk about Brett Favre and the Jets. I don't give a shit.
By the way,
it's going to move over to football and hockey now?
It's all sports now. You're not allowed to talk about tiddly fucking wings.
By the way,
talk about bowling.
This 40-pound weight loss happened rapidly. I mean, this is pretty impressive.
I told you, Howard, I got off that Subutex shit.
That's what was making you so fat.
I had never gotten close to 300 pounds in my life. So
Yeah.
if you Google Subutex, it has every single possible side effect. You'll get diarrhea. You'll be constipated. You'll die. You'll get a
So
bleeding
you don't
stomach.
feel as hungry anymore.
But you're eating better, too, right?
Oh, God, Ralph. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy nowadays, like when I get up. And I started jogging, and the weight just fell off me,
Right.
But, and I still got a lot of way to go. But I almost called Ralph yesterday to go see Star Trek. I wanted to be with Ralph and see Star Trek. I was out.
I can't wait to see it again.
Ralph, I'll go with you. I'm dying to see it. I couldn't get my mother or sister to go.
We should see it in IMAX, man.
Yeah, it's on IMAX.
I saw that. It's on
It's
IMAX.
really great.
Would you see it again,
It
Howard?
made $72 million. Yeah, I'd go again.
Yeah,
It's $72 million.
Did it beat...
Wolverine had 87 million.
Wow, that's a juggernaut. I thought Star Trek was going to break records based on
No, as a matter of fact, what they're saying is it's one of the few movies that after its first day, it went up the second day. They seem to think that it's going to build because of the word of mouth.
Yeah, like next week it'll do almost as good.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, everyone. We have to take a break. Gary, thank you.
Gary, listen, man. This is why Gary's a great producer. He said, I said, Gary, they're asking me to go on the field. I won't go if you don't want me to. And Gary said, no, it's good for the show.
All right.
Just come down.
Your reaction is priceless.
And I love you, man. But, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You got to do what you got to do.
My own fault.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these.